Masih bingung cari jasa ekspedisi? Central Cargo hadir sebagai solusi pengiriman barang Anda dengan terus meningkatkan kualitas pelayanan. Sebagai komitmen kami, memberikan pelayanan terbaik untuk Anda. Kini kami telah dipercaya oleh ribuan customer. Di balik pertumbuhan Central Cargo yang pesat, kami memiliki ratusan drop point yang tersebar di seluruh Indonesia. Dalam membangun kepercayaan, kita tumbuh bersama.
Energi
selalu ada dimanapun itu,
membawa yang baik menjadi hebat.
karena tidak ada lagi batas.
Kemanapun lintasan masa membawa, hingga ke masa depan.
Sejauh mana kamu bisa bermimpi?
Jawabannya, sejauh yang hati kamu inginkan.
Dengan energi yang menggerakkan kamu
Dan kamu. Pertamina, energizing you.
Iklan Pop Mie, stuck gitu-gitu aja.
Pop mie, ransel, pop mie.
Biar seru nggak terputus, Pop Mie dus. Topping cangki sama gurihnya itu sob. Beuh. Yuk sob, sikat Pop Mie. Seru terus kuy. Iklan Pop Mie, stuck gitu-gitu aja.
Pop mie, ransel, pop mie.
Biar seru nggak terputus, Pop Mie dus. Topping cangki sama gurihnya itu sob. Beuh. Yuk sob, sikat Pop Mie. Seru terus kuy.
Hydro Coco. Why choose Hydro Coco?
Healthy, taste good.
Rasakan manfaat air kelapa asli untuk bantu jaga imun tubuh.
We choose Hydro Coco.
Real coconut water. Hydro Coco. Why choose Hydro Coco?
Healthy, taste good.
Rasakan manfaat air kelapa asli untuk bantu jaga imun tubuh.
We choose Hydro Coco.
Real coconut water.
Ada sebuah cerita tentang mereka yang bangkit dari keterpurukan, melawan keterbatasan, merajut karya untuk berdaya bersama, membuka jalan kemudahan dan rasa percaya akan masa depan. Di tengah tantangan, mereka suarakan harapan, bergerak untuk perubahan. IndiHome, aktivitas tanpa batas.
Selamat datang di sebuah pengalaman perjalanan baru Indonesia bersama InJourney. Terbang bersama kami untuk melihat pariwisata Indonesia. Sirkuit internasional, bentang alam, ragam atraksi budaya, produk lokal asli Indonesia, warisan budaya, keamanan dan kenyamanan. InJourney membawa keramahan Indonesia ke dunia.
Indonesia's Next Top Model Cycle 3, Sabtu dan Minggu, jam 7 malam.
Drama terus. Nonton nih komedi yang nyegerin, lucunya gak habis-habis. Ngelospol. Capek hati drama mulu, mending dibawa happy.
Berani melawan keterbatasan demi memberitakan kebenaran. Terus berjalan menghadapi perubahan, berinovasi menjawab tantangan zaman. Menjadi tempat informasi terpercaya yang cepat, berimbang, dan akurat. Tak sekadar memberi wawasan, namun juga membuka pikiran. Orang cerdas, membaca tuntas, hanya di detik.com.
Warga plus 62 emang banyak maunya. Dari drakoran sampai banjir air mata. Nonton action yang mantul. Sampai nonton tendangan cantik. Maksudnya ini, mau nonton apapun, semua ada di video. Mulai dari yang bikin berbunga-bunga, keringet dingin, ketawa, sampai bikin gak ngedip. Jadi, nonton apa sekarang?
And welcome everyone to the IESF 14th World Esports Championship. We are live here at the Fire Stage at Bali, Indonesia. Ripping Tasty for some Tekken 7 action. How you feeling, Tasty Steve?
Man, I'm feeling amazing, man. It's such a pleasure to be able to cast here with you again, but this is the big stage, and with that being said, we have some amazing sponsors to talk about. Let's start off with our main sponsor, JHL Group. Of course, we're also sponsored by JHL Auto, Nusapay, as well as DAS. Gouda Paying Crypto, as well as Taiwan Excellence. And then we have Pertamina, and then Hydro Cocoa. Of course, our official telco partner will be Telecom Cell. And then we have a smartphone partner, which is going to be Samsung Galaxy A series, Internet service provider will be IndyHome, and of course our travel management partner will be HEN. And then, of course, our hotel partner will be Episode Hotel, and Murasaka Hotel, which is this amazing event is being held at, will be one of our sponsors as well.
And that's not where it ends, Steve. We also got our esports broadcast partners. We got Mineski Global, Indonesia Football, E-League, ESID, plus production partners, Lemon ID, media partners, Trans2Ju, Dedicom, Esport.id, Video.com, Dunia Games, Dens TV, Dens Play, Meraputi, Bola Score, and Kami Bijak. Plus, government support, Steve. It's not just us here, right? We got Kemen Parekraf, Kemen Pora, Nak, Koni, and wonderful Indonesia.
Wow, that's a mouthful. 1, 2, that's a lot of sponsors, because this is a huge event to even be a part of, in all honesty. If you guys were here for that opening ceremony, you already know how big of an event this is, as well as not just for Tekken, but all the other games that are actually listed on the roster. So, in all honesty, hopefully you guys have been tuning in, and it's been amazing so far. And now we're on to Tekken 7, and let's talk a little bit about that format.
Of course, I mean, as we saw in the opening ceremony, there was over 100 countries that are represented here, right? We got a little bit less for Tekken, of course, because different countries compete in different games, etc.
That's true.
But we do have a wide range of talent from across the world here, and it's going to be a very, very fun event, and especially the matches we got today, right? I mean, one of the matches, I don't want to get too far into it, right? But we know it's coming, right? We got one of the top players in the entire world from Pakistan, Arslan Ash is going to be in this group. We have his match coming up later, and his opponent is even crazier, right? Because he's going to be from Venezuela. We'll talk about it later. But I've known this guy for over 10 years. It's Fuko. Should be a very good match.
Well, like I said before, but let's get into that format just a little bit. Of course, this is going to be a best-of-3 round robin. There's 8 groups that you guys are going to see throughout this Tekken 7 tournament play, and it's going to be the top 2 making it out. Of course, we do have rules in place just in case there is a tie across the board. It's going to be lined up across the wins, and that does go down to 1 round count as well. We could potentially have a playoff, but that's going to be further down the line. Now, we're going to get a little further into these groups later on because obviously we have days of play ahead of us.
Yes,
so
sir.
there's a lot of players to cover. But like you said, man, 105 countries here at play. We don't have representation in Tekken 7 for all of them, but that's okay with us. But I'm going to tell you right now, you talked about Arslan Ash, Pakistan in the building. I mean, honestly, there's a lot that we can take away from this, not only on the scale of just being individual Tekken players, but just everybody overall. And they're playing for a nice, pretty penny rip. Talk to them about it.
We got $25,000 in the total prize pool here. First place can be walking away with $12,000. Second, $8,000. Third, $5,000. That is a lot to play for, especially when it comes to Tekken 7. And as we mentioned, some of the heaviest hitters in the world are here competing for that prize pool. So it's going to be a substantial victory for whoever takes this W here.
I talked about this a little earlier, and I mean in my video when we talked about us being ambassadors of Tekken 7, it's going to be crazy good. But you guys are already tuned in for Tekken 7, and we're going to take you over the schedule so far, and that's today's schedule with some of the matches. Obviously, we know the players that are involved, but we're going to keep it on the country standpoint because they're playing as countrymen. Pride is on the line. Uzbekistan, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, excuse me if I'm not, against UAE will be the first match that we will see today, and Pakistan versus Venezuela coming up right after that. So look, if you are a part of either one of these countries, even if you're just a fan of Tekken, I guarantee you some of these matches that you guys are about to see today are going to be crazy. I can't speak for any other game, but I'm going to tell you right now, today, right now, we got some matches for you guys.
And this is just the way to kick things off, right? So it's going to be absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see what happens. And there's so many players from so many countries that are represented here that we haven't really had a chance to see on this sort of a big stage, right? So this is going to be our introduction to a lot of these players, and it's their opportunity to showcase their skills to the world.
You know, it's kind of crazy, Rip. We've been walking around this entire hotel, the venue, the entire time, and the amount of players that we ran into from all the different regions, it's actually been kind of humbling, man, because we've been seeing these guys, like some of them we've already known, some of them you already know, but there's countries here that we personally, I know I haven't personally seen get to play in person. Some I haven't been exposed to at all. So putting these guys on this stage to be world representatives, countrymen, is going to be amazing. It puts a lot of stress on you to actually perform well, especially in a game like Tekken 7, which is really at its kind of peak competition-wise. They already talked about Tekken 8. We know it's coming, you know what I'm saying? But this right now means that this is all the more important for these countries to get this big victory as well as take it home for them.
Exactly. You know, when I think about fighting games, I always think about regional pride. I think regional pride has always been a big part of fighting games. If you go back in time before we had online play even, right, it's always like, hey, my state, my city, we're the best. You know, now we want to prove it. And now this is taking that to a whole new level, right? My entire country, I'm the representative, and I'm going to take out your country.
I really do like the overall dynamic of having a team. Now, I know we were talking about Tekken 7, but we talk about eFootball, CSGO female. There are teams from each country that are here being represented across the board. So it's not just this one game that's on the line. I'm sure that whoever's on the team, whether they're playing, you know, Mobile Legends or anything like that, they're actually going to be rooting for their partner in whatever team, whatever game they may be playing in.
Exactly. So by the end of this week, you know, even longer than a week,
Even longer.
right?
We're going to be here longer than a week, bro.
Exactly. By the end of it, though, we're going to see which country walks away with the most titles, right? There could be a country that walks away with titles across multiple games. It could be like Mobile Legends champions, the Dota 2 champions, the PUBG Mobile champions. Like, we got them all back home, right? That would be amazing.
And just in case you guys don't know, this is the Fire Stage. They were playing eFootball here before. We saw a little bit of that competition, so it's actually been crazy already. But we're getting closer and closer to this Tekken 7 International Countryman Pride on the Line action, and I can't wait to get to it, man.
No, exactly. I'm so excited to see what characters we see as well, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously, as I mentioned, we're going to be having our introduction to a lot of these players from different countries.
True.
And the way people play in different regions of the world is always slightly different. And when you look at the story of, say, Arslan Ash, right? Obviously, Pakistan on the map, 2019. We were like, we didn't even know Pakistan had a scene.
That's true.
Right?
That's
and
true.
then also, like, wait a second, Pakistan can hang with the best of the best around the world? And we just saw Don Billy Mayman.
Yep.
You know,
Don Billy Mayman.
He's one of my favorite names to say. Don Billy Mayman. But, you know, 17 years old, comes out of nowhere. Even the people in his own own region didn't know who he was. They'd never seen him in an offline event.
No, that's
true.
true.
And this is kind of that opportunity for a lot of the players here in this tournament.
That's really a testament to like what Tekken is right now. There's, like I said, there's a lot of players that we're not even introduced to that we will be seeing for the first time. But that just lets you know the game still does have a ceiling that has not been reached in a lot of instances. And you're seeing some of the best players in the world. We talked about Arslan Ash, and I know we keep going back to it, but the fact of the matter is they're probably the country to beat right now. And I'm just being 100% honest. Whether it comes to results, we've been just saw this big One Esports event where they had an exhibition of matches, and that had some of the best players in the world too. And that could have went anyway, and I guarantee you it was surprises in there. So just imagine what's going to happen here when you have more than 105 countries here that will be playing and fighting. But with that being said, talk about fighting. We're about to get to it. Our first match of the day for some Tekken 7. I can get excited already. We're going to it, and I believe we're going to get started.
Exactly. Uzbekistan versus UAE is going to be our first matchup here today. It's going to be Blancos versus Renzo Ken, right?
Okay.
And these are names that I haven't really seen. Obviously, you know, with TWT, we've seen these little bit of representation from around the world now. It's been expanding globally, but we still haven't seen all these players. And these guys have obviously won their way here. They earned their way to be in this tournament, to be in this position for this big prize pool. So I'm really curious to see who wins what.
Look, we've kind of been keeping track of these players and like them qualifying to even be here in the first place. So we know. And on top of that, even though we might not be accustomed to all these players, there's some regions that I've personally been to. You know, I've been to Colombia. I've seen some of the players from that region. And now I'm seeing them again here just walking around the venue like, yo, I'm trying to get the W, as well as some returning favorites that we're going to see later on, like Book as well, who's here and who's been really kind of upping it, as well as Dojin, another player who is really, really strong from the Philippines. So there's a lot of representation, familiar and unfamiliar, that you guys are going to get to see. So if this is your introduction to Tekken 7, I guarantee you it's not a bad spot to be in, but please hold on to your seats because these guys have been playing for a while. No matter how young they are, no matter how long they may look, no matter how young they may look, I guarantee you these guys are professionals.
Exactly. You know, one of the names you did not mention there in your little rant was Double. Double from Japan, also going to be part of the schedule here today. So we're going to see Double play later tonight. And, you know, when we talk about kind of the favorites and people that we expect to do well in this event, right? Arslan Ash, Double, Book. Oh, man, it's another big name I'm forgetting, Steve. Oh, it's slipping my mind. But anyways, a lot of big names, a lot of potential.
It's a lot of names, actually.
And, you know, I'm really excited to see what Double does because you mentioned that One Esports event that happened. Double wasn't a part of that, right? Double also did not qualify for the TWT finals, right? He was one of those guys who did not make the top 8 in Japan.
Ah, that's true. That's
but
true.
He's here, and he is a top-tier player. Obviously, he uses my character, so I'm super
Come
biased, just a little bit against
A little bit? Just a little bit?
A little bit.
Super a little bit biased?
All I'm saying is, I hope he wins. That's all. You know? What's wrong with that?
Well, look. I'm glad you're still holding your character at a high regard. Hopefully somebody records this, so I'm glad that he's happy to see his character on the major stage. But
he's probably not even going to pick him. He's
that's crazy. He's going to pick like Leroy or something like that.
Rom again. Jeez Louise.
But no, like, I think you're 100% right. Like, I didn't mention the name, but we all know that Double is one of the best players in the world. Like, definitely up in that category. And once again, I already talked about the ceiling for Tekken not being hit, but there's a lot of players that are already up at the top getting that oxygen that a lot of players can't even reach to. But that's why competition like this is so good. I talk about how fighting games work in general, and I mean that because we have these open bracket formats where players get to come in and show what they bring to the table as opposed to them just being put there.
Exactly.
I think this right here even puts a little more pressure on them, like I said before, ups the ante just a little bit. They may not be in the TWT, they might not be in this one exhibition tournament, but they are here in a representation state to show that they are some of the top tier players at their game. And in all honesty, I feel like this is one of the best ways to do it. There's a lot of different tournament formats that go around that you guys see out there in the world for Tekken 7, and I love being a part of this one specifically. This is our first IESF.
First time.
And obviously, look, we've been paying attention because Anakin was here before. We do not have an American representative. Nee was here before.
Put me in,
Put him in. You already got the jersey,
I got the jersey
on, bro.
on.
We can put him in.
Esports.
I feel like we could just throw Rip in there.
I don't have a controller right now, but, you know, I'll play with my hands. Whatever. We got this.
Just psychically link up and play Tekken 7. I don't think you could do that, but I would love to see it. Obviously, look, of the two, I would give it to you as the representative of the USA. But with that being said, man, this is like an open challenge, right? If you guys are watching this right now, no matter what region you're in, please let it be known that you do have an opportunity to be here. It's over 105 countries represented for Tekken 7, not just eFootball or anything else like this. It is a game that you guys can be involved in this, and you will be able to get involved in this, and it will make your country look that much better. It makes you look better as a player. You know what I'm saying? In all honesty, so.
I feel like it's so crazy to have that opportunity to represent your country. I feel like when I was a competitor, like, a decade ago, whatever, I always wanted to have an opportunity like this. And the closest thing we had back then was like an SBO kind of format, right?
Yeah.
And that was always, as I mentioned, the regional pride kicks in, and you don't get that level of regional pride that's allowed to it. But I think, guys, it is time to get to our first game. Let's get into it. Uzbekistan versus UAE.
All right, like we said before, best of 3 format. You get 2 games under your belt that will give you the lead in the set. That's one thing. However, in this format, you really want to make it the 2-0 sweep, right? Because the closer it is where you guys are tied up on that leaderboard, it means those ties can lead up to a tiebreaker potentially.
Exactly.
And you want your score to be as high as possible to be in front of the pack. Remember, only the top 2 players will be making it to this main bracket and out of their group. So it's a very, very important spot to be in. Man, we getting to knock this?
It looks like we might be getting a Noctis, and that's what I was talking about. We haven't seen these players very much, right? So we haven't seen much of these players. We don't know what characters they're going to bring to the game. And with Tekken 7, with this large roster of characters, you never know what you're going to get. We're going to get Noctis versus Jin to kick things off here, though.
Oh, wow.
And, Noctis has a bunch of swords, but Jin can parry swords.
Yeah, look, Jin does not care what you have in your hands. He can parry it all. And he has if you're playing Jin properly, you can get a lot of damage on the board in a short amount of time. But the thing is, the range-wise, I feel like we're going to be looking at Noctis, who can definitely punish from a long ways out. With punishments are going to be a big thing. That parry is something you need to be aware of, but it's all if the Jin actually is aware of it. We've seen a lot of Jins kind of evolve past the parry, I feel like.
They got to go back.
Which they shouldn't have. They got to go back.
Exactly.
In order to go forward, we got to go back. But we're going into the game. Jin versus Noctis is going to be our first game here. Bali 2022 14th World Esports Championships. Here we go.
Game number 1. Very slow start out of both players here. Uzbekistan with the Noctis. UAE with the Jin Kazama.
That's exactly what I was talking about. Gets the float. Nice conversion here. Going to get that wall.
I like the jab for the wall carry after the screw attack there. Emo man.
Just the first 2 parts. Tries to go 4 mid. 4-4 not going to work. Keeps that wall advantage in the first round. Uzbekistan taking it.
Yeah, I really liked what he did there. He had the frame advantage after the 2-2 hit, and he used the frame advantage, and UAE was swinging buttons, right? So you got to watch out for that.
Little 4-2 there from Jin. Wow, I like the whiff punishment, the weight right here from Noctis.
Well, he's hitting some buns right now. And see, Uzbekistan, he's taking his time. He's waiting for an opportunity to find a big whiff punish. If you're Noctis, you got to be looking for like that down forward 2 outer range. That's one of the best ones.
Whoa,
Catches him though.
Okay, 4-1+2 gets hit. Wall damage. Oh my gosh, Pete, the damage right there.
How did he get to that side?
Yo, cameraman, what are you doing? It's not what we pay you for. You're affecting the game, ducks under the high, and didn't get a big punish off of it. UAE is in trouble. That's 2 rounds straight. Remember, this is best of 3. In 2 rounds, that could be the insight right there. That could be the end if you don't make something change.
Yeah, and Uzbekistan, you can see he's finally down forward 1. It's like, oh man, if I just keep doing side step and down forward 1, man, and the spear for the whip punish there all day. All day.
Emo man. Wait a minute.
Rayjar, did he catch him hitting the button?
No. Nice awareness, and he added the replay to his favorites. This is not even his
I like
system.
that one.
I like that
was
one.
my debut at IESF 14th World Esports Championship, and I got 3 rounds straight, saving it.
UAE in trouble right now. And you can see him really thinking about it. We saw a little bit of the parry like early on, but the Noctis is very overwhelming. I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of players come into Tekken 7, and I feel like Noctis is one of those characters who you definitely need some XP against. You can't just go in and expect it to work out, because I feel like he kind of breaks the regular formula of what we see in Tekken in general. So first off, I feel like it's very unique of a player to go to a character like Noctis 1.
Yep.
2, it's really hard if you're not used to it fighting this character on a regular basis. If you can get a high-level Noctis player, and he can kind of scare you out of playing your game.
Oh, for sure. Noctis is one of those characters where you have to actually play very slow against him. He's got a lot of good counter hit tools. the forward 1+2 will catch you if you're trying to swing while he's coming in at you. If you're trying to attack Adam, he's got the up one face stab move to keep you out. So he's got counters in both directions. We're going to get a character swap here. Here comes Kazuya Mishima. So it goes from the son to the father, Jin to Kazuya.
Oh man, I love this stage. Now, the question is this character more developed than the Jin, right?
Right.
I feel like that's the scariest part about this, because if this is your business, especially in the round robin format, you want to put that out first. You want to crack the suitcase first.
Yeah, but I think from what we've seen so far, Uzbekistan, the Noctis just seems like too big of an issue. And obviously, it seems like there's a little bit of character familiarity here. And these down forward ones, they're causing big trouble here, right? And you see the counter, the same exact setup that we had there from the frame advantage earlier. Essentially, in fighting games, in most fighting games, once you get hit by something, you got to block. You got to say, it's not my turn anymore. If he hits another button, I'm in trouble here because I'm minus on him.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, you have to take your turn, especially in this situation, because one, Noctis can keep really taking advantage just like that, just the jab. You talked about that unfamiliarity, and it's coming to show. UAE is in big trouble.
And Uzbekistan with the Noctis, you can tell he's here to play, right? And in this round-robin format, we're going to have 2 players out of each group making it out into the top 16, right? So that's the goal here. You want to get as far as you can. And right now, it's looking good for Uzbekistan.
Okay. Breaks the throw.
Rage available. 2-2. That is the button for Noctis there.
Yeah, it covers a little bit of distance. Really keeps you on your toes, especially since, like, if you get caught swinging in the middle of that, counter hits are plenty. And like you said, if you try to take your turn a little too quick, you might get hit again.
Yeah, and a lot of Noctis...
What were you saying, Rip?
A lot of Noctis' attacks are, just very hard to interrupt. Oh, there's the whip punch I'm talking about. That down forward 2. He got in the swing a little bit. He's like, are you going to hit a button? There it is. Caught him.
Oh, there's a drop. Tried to go for that wild rising 2. That's
gonna
hit. Big damage on the table. That's counter hit too.
Leaves him just out of rage here. Opportunity for UAE to get around, but not gonna find it.
And that's a good start for Uzbekistan right there, especially with the 2-0. And even with the character switch, you can see the unfamiliarity against a character like Noctis really does take a toll on a player. I'm going to tell you right now, that character switch lets you know how unfamiliar they were with that matchup, and it really does kind of put you on tilt. Tekken is definitely a game about flow, and when you're fighting somebody who even remotely looks unfamiliar, it's really easy to take advantage of it. We saw that a little bit right there. UAE needs to do a little better because this is the round-robin stage, so they do have another opportunity. Hopefully, and for UAE, they might lose further down the line. Maybe that Noctis might not carry them as far as they would like, but UAE still has a chance.
Exactly. And, with the round-robin format, whoever you play against, as many games as you can get is going to help you out, right? The head-to-head does come into play when you look at it later if you end up in a tie situation. So that's the crazy thing about a round-robin. You just never know how things are going to play out, so you just got to do your best at every single opponent.
Well, with that being said, we still got plenty more matches left. UAE still has a chance. Uzbekistan still in there. Please forgive me if I'm mispronouncing this because I'm talking fast and I'm getting really excited for some of these matches. And we still got plenty of matches left. This is the first day of Tekken 7 competition. We've already talked about the players. That first game is only just a tidbit, a caveat of what's about to happen.
The one coming up next, though, Steve. The one coming up next is going to be a crazy one. This is probably the highlight of the day for me, right?
Already, huh?
It's
match number 2.
It's Pakistan versus Venezuela. That's going to be coming up next. And that match, to me, is the one to watch. Because, we talked about how you want to do your best in the round-robin group stage. And for both of these players, this is the one that matters the most, right? This is the name in their group that they know they got to be watching out for. And I talked to Arslan just earlier today. We talked a little about Fuko. Who's Fuko? What characters he's? How long has he been playing, etc. Right? And I gave him the information because Fuko, he is a veteran. I mean, that's the most important thing to know about him.
Wow. So you're just giving away the information?
Answering some questions, Steve. You ask me questions, I'll give you some answers. But I do believe we got some highlights from our last matchup. Let's go ahead and take a look at the highlights here from Uzbekistan versus UAE.
And this is one of the things we were talking about. We saw it early on like how just the movement overall played a toll. I actually saw like the backdash canceling from Noctis, and I was like, you know what? This guy definitely knows what he's doing.
Of course.
And I'm going to tell you right now, UAE was in this situation where the lights kind of do hit you. I feel like nerves can definitely play a major part in a lot of these matchups, and that includes that unfamiliarity. Switches to Kazuya, hoping for a better result. Didn't really work out. We saw that big rage art come out and play in because we obviously does a lot of damage. Got a counter hit on top of it. That down forward 2 with punishment lets you know just how familiar this Noctis player is. There's that rage art once again. But yeah, not going to do too much for the results. UAE goes down 0-2, and that's not a good record, especially in this round-robin format. When we talk about fighting games, typically the tournament format is like you have another opportunity. You have a lot of opportunities here, but you want your score to be as high as possible.
Exactly, because usually, we talk about a double elimination format, which we'll get to later, obviously. Yeah. But in the round-robin stage, you can lose twice. It's fine as long as you win more games later, right? Like you have multiple opportunities to come back from those losses. Double elimination, a little bit more tight, a little more strict, less opportunity to make mistakes. So that's the benefit here of losing in a round-robin format, right? Yeah. But of course, in this still best-of-3 format, you kind of have to feel your opponent out. You don't know who these players are in a lot of the cases. And you can see the Noctis there. He was kind of feeling things out at the beginning. He's like, can I get to these down forward ones repeatedly? Is he going to hit buttons after this? Is this frame tap going to work out and hit? We'll see.
Well, with that being said, I think we're going to move on to our next one. But before we get there, I think we're going to take a quick break before we go any further. But just before we even get there, I know you're excited about this next match.
Oh, yeah.
I really want to see how, even just, how Arsenal's going to even adjust to this. Like you said, he was asking questions about the matchup, and that's a very big thing. But with that being said, Arsenal is very much a vet. Double Evo champion. My man has definitely earned his name out here. Definitely a countryman to look out for, as well as just a representative of a lot of strong Tekken players from his region as well. So easily one of the guys to be here.
Exactly. I'm really excited to see that one go down. But as you mentioned, I do believe we're probably going to take a break before we get over there to that one. But it's going to be a wild one, Steve. It's going to be a very, very interesting matchup. Fuko, of course, one of these top players we haven't seen. And Arslan, of course, the one we all know about. So this is going to be a clash. And we're going to come to that after this break, guys. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back with more IESF 14 WEC matches for Tekken 7.
All it takes is one dream. One dream that becomes a journey. To drive an ambition. Believing in yourself. Persevering challenges. Always focused on the dream. To grow aspirations. Having the will to keep going. Building a future with a legacy. Knowing dreams can come true. Over 11 years of growth. The spirit of entrepreneurship. Created possibilities. Realized new potentials. Innovate for the better. Expand horizons. To change lives. To connect new ideas. To explore new grounds. With the future in sight. Together,
Get Galaxy A33 5G.
Why? Because
Galaxy A33 5G with awesome processor. Buy now. Get Galaxy A53 5G.
Why?
Because
Galaxy A53 5G with awesome smooth display. Buy now.
Selamat datang di sebuah pengalaman perjalanan baru Indonesia bersama InJourney. Terbang bersama kami untuk melihat pariwisata Indonesia. Sirkuit internasional, bentang alam, ragam atraksi budaya, produk lokal asli Indonesia, warisan budaya, keamanan dan kenyamanan. InJourney membawa keramahan Indonesia ke dunia.
Warga plus 62 emang banyak maunya. Dari drakoran sampai banjir air mata. Nonton action yang mantul. Sampai nonton tendangan cantik. Maksudnya ini. Mau nonton apapun, semua ada di video. Mulai dari yang bikin berbunga-bunga, keringet dingin, ketawa, sampai bikin gak ngedip. Jadi nonton apa sekarang?
All it takes is one dream. One dream that becomes a journey. To drive an ambition. Believing in yourself. Persevering challenges. Always focused on the dream. To grow aspirations. Having the will to keep going. Building a future with a legacy. Knowing dreams can come true. Over 11 years of growth. The spirit of entrepreneurship. Created possibilities. Realized new potentials. Innovate for the better. Expand horizons. To change lives. To connect new ideas. To explore new grounds. With the future in sight. Together.
Warga plus 62 emang banyak maunya. Dari drakoran sampai banjir air mata. Nonton action yang mantul. Sampai nonton tendangan cantik. Maksudnya ini, mau nonton apapun, semua ada di video. Mulai dari yang bikin berbunga-bunga, keringet dingin, ketawa, sampai bikin gak ngedip. Jadi nonton apa sekarang?
Welcome back to the 14th World Esports Championship. This is IESF Bali 2022. Tasty Steve, Rip. We're going to the second set here in this round-robin format for Tekken 7.
Yes.
Once again, lots of games being played. We've already made it through our first set. This next one, Rip, you were really, really excited for before the break. Talk us a little bit through it again.
Of course. This is going to be Pakistan versus Venezuela, the representatives of both of these countries. Some of the top players in the world. Arslan Ash, of course, the most known right now. He's the player to beat for a lot of players around the world, right? He's kind of established himself as the #1 guy to beat. Fuko, though, is a wild card. We haven't seen him competing in a lot of tournaments since Arslan's even come out, right? I mean, he's been competing for over 10 years. I met him back in France in 2012, and he's been playing in Tekken 6, Tekken Tag 2. And Tekken 7, I haven't seen a lot. I'm curious about what character we got here. I know he used to be a Bob player. He also has the Marduk on deck, so Marduk a very good character now. Bob also a very good character, so we will see.
So I'm going to tell you right now, the last time I saw him was actually, I think, TXT Columbia 2018, if I'm not mistaken. And that was the last time I saw him in action. My man was still looking sharp then, and I think one of the things we should talk about is the fact that he has this fundamental kind of like experience over a lot of players, not just a few, a lot of players. Like you said, he's been around for quite some time.
Right.
Not taking anything away from his opponent, but the fact of the matter is that XP difference can make a difference. And on top of that, we see a clash of kind of styles, whereas like Arslan plays a very, very, very kind of like, hey, I'm going to test you, see what you know. Fuko is really like, yo, I'm going to see from fundamental standpoint how much you know how to play Tekken, what your spacing like, things of that nature that can really, really sink or swim an opponent, especially against somebody as strong and has that experience like Fuko. So with that being said, you got to be careful no matter what.
All right, Steve. We just talked about it. Who do you think's got this? Do you got Arslan Ash or Fuko? What do you think here?
I'm going to go with Fuko right now. Listen.
What?
The only reason I mean, look, I already kind of talked this up, but I kind of got to play devil's advocate here. I would love to see an upset happen because I feel like that makes things rocky. I love to see people sweat a little bit, and I hate the easy streak, man. We know Arslan is the guy to beat out here, but I would love an upset this early in the game, especially on day one on some high-level Tekken 7.
Well, look, you can ask the internet, Steve. I'm very biased, right, against Arslan. But I'm going with Arslan Ash all the way here, Steve. Arslan Ash
really?
Get it
all
done.
The way?
I mean,
all the way? Not even for this.
Like
wait. You went beyond this match all the way?
All the way, Steve. All the way. What do you expect?
Well, look, first off, I didn't expect that.
Exactly. I didn't expect you picking Fuko either. Surprise, surprise.
But no, you got to go. Look, I see what you're getting at, but we also talked about the fact that Arslan is one of those players that he's so good, and I've said this no matter what tournament I'm at, the more you win, the stronger you appear, the larger that target appears on your back to every other player hoping to make a name for themselves. What would it feel like for you to go back home with a W versus Arslan Ash? And look, I'm being optimistic and a little, dreading here. Even if you don't make it out of that pool, they got to hold that loss till the next time they play each other. And who knows when that could be. That's the beauty of fighting games. You never know when you're going to get a chance to play this person and beat you again. And I think that's what's kind of very unique about this round-robin format, because your opponent might not even make it out, and you still would have to hold that loss against it. And we all know anybody that plays fighting games at a competitive level, we definitely hold grudges.
I mean, you got to think, too, about what's just happened with Arslan, right? We just saw him in Japan at the One Esports event, and Arslan there, he used the Safina a lot, but since then, he's been on social media talking about how he's thinking about going back to Kazumi, etc. So we don't really know what character he's really going to bring to the table here, right? I think the one that's most tournament ready at this very specific moment is the Zafina, right?
Yeah.
But if you want to build up that experience with the Kazumi again, leading into the other, like events coming up, like the TWT finals, the TWT regional final of Pakistan is coming up in a couple weeks. So, if he's trying to get more experience for that character now the good place to use it.
Well, I mean, look, we talk about how, like, serious this competition can be, as well as changing over and trying to play one of your sub-characters in this situation. Arslan obviously is good enough to play these characters at a high level no matter what.
Yep.
However, do you want to chance that versus somebody with this kind of experience in the Kunimitsu? Hold on now.
That wasn't Kazumi.
Hold
that
on
wasn't
now.
Zafina. Kunimitsu coming out, and Fuko from Venezuela going with the Marduk.
Now, look, Marduk is an explosive character. This character can do damage in a short span of time, and if you got the combos down, I'm telling you right now, Rage is a completely different Marduk. You do not want this character to hit you, but Kunimitsu's good with the pokes. Man, I love this stage. We're getting into the second set of the day here on this round robin.
Round one.
And as we talked
Pakistan,
about,
let's go.
In the round-robin format, every game matters, so the character choices here from both of these guys can be very crucial in determining the outcomes for their round-robin. This is counter
down back two, counter hit.
Whoa, okay. Maybe it was a setup, I'm not sure. Early drop from Fuko.
And lots of swinging coming from Fuko right now.
Yep, he's got the life lead. Doesn't get a break on this throw here. Got to stay down. There you go. And now bad positioning. Wall behind him. Wall's very deadly in Tekken.
Kunimitsu really known for these pokes. Oh, nice. Gets the wall, big damage here. Rage on the table for Marduk. The cameraman switches side.
Oh, what the heck?
Switches side again, down 4-3-1. Ooh,
Throws
the long
the
distance.
kunai.
The long distance kunai. We get an eruption from the crowd right there.
Yeah, the crowd is excited out here. Venezuela.
Ooh, what a duck. Arslan knows, tries to get the float right there.
Yeah, we got our country swapped up top up there. But right now, Pakistan in the lead. Arslan with that Kunimitsu.
Nice pokes all around. And this is, oh, what the?
Get off him. He's ready.
Nice throw break.
Delays it down forward 1-3. That's going to be the wall carry. That should be the round. Pakistan, 2 up.
This is what I was talking about. This is not Arslan's mainstay character. However, he can play a lot of characters at a high level. I've seen him stream. I've seen him play Day 1 Steve Fox and Jin, and do some craziness. But Kunimitsu, the character right now.
Yeah, he is rushing in here, right? And Kunimitsu is a relatively safe character, but she does have some higher risk options that she can go for, but very difficult to deal with. And you can see here, Venezuela is struggling. And that's 3 straight. Pakistan gets the first game. Arslan with the Kunimitsu.
Nice character variety here already. Once again, we already talked about the fact that we're used to seeing him play that Zafina. We were kind of thinking might see a Kazumi here, but neither one of these characters. But I also feel like Kunimitsu is really kind of a check and notice, hey, do you know how to fight this character? Do you know how to deal with these lows? Are you spacing properly? Can you even approach this character enough to actually hit her? Because her evasion is at a very high level. And we know Arslan is good with these high evasive characters.
Exactly. Characters that have really good moves, movement in general, the distance from her backdash, going to be very good in the hands of a player like Arslan Ash. But here we go, sticking it out with the Marduk here. I thought we might get a character swap after that first game was so dominant and one-sided. But Fuko, Venezuela, going to be sticking it out with Marduk.
Once again, I feel like that explosive damage that Marduk kind of brings to the table really does throw a player off no matter what. Kind of keeps your nerves up, you know? While standing one right there.
Wow, beautiful. And that's exactly what I'm talking about, right? The movement, the backdash there, set up the whip punishment, had the full launch on the whip, and that's a big lead for Arslan.
Deal with the jabs on the wall. Oh, no break on the 1+2. You're dead. Okay, not that much damage.
Yeah, now Rage Mode Marduk. This is dangerous here if you're Arslan, but just does the slide. Again, relatively unsafe there, but Marduk has a slower while standing launch and may not actually be able to launch there.
Oh, wow. That could have went either way. Tackle broken.
First attempt at a tackle, too.
Low parry. Wait a minute. Instant tailspin, really close to the wall. Big damage here. Gets the 1+2 throw. Oh.
Scoop.
Do it again.
No,
Not
sir.
this time. Nice launch. Arslan still awake. Drop.
What?
Wow. That's the evasiveness that we were talking about. This
That was
character
not
gets
the kind
really
of
slimy.
evasiveness.
She gets really slimy,
Good
bro.
block.
She gets out of the way. Okay. Oh.
Smart.
Big man.
Keeps it nice and safe. Very simple there. And Venezuela on the board to tie it up.
Oh, get off of me. Nice spacing, playing back a little bit. Nice.
Oh boy. I like the low kick check there, but man, that down forward 1-2 from Kazumi, such an annoying string to deal with.
Oh, 4-4-2. No, big damage on the wall here from Kunimitsu. Needs to be careful, no break once again.
The throws have been working for Arslan. He's sticking to it. Counter hit,
big
though.
counter hit, but the wall's right there.
It doesn't matter. He's
Oh
got the
my
blue
God,
stuff.
the blue stuff. No break.
Look at the
Look
damage.
at the damage. Oh my God,
We're
you
all
can hear
caught
the
up.
crowd.
We're all caught up. The bounce,
crowd,
right?
crowd.
The bounce.
Oh, big damage.
Yo, he did get the combo.
Down 4-3 to close out, and the crowd is loud.
Oh, yeah, they are. Here we go. Venezuela up 2 rounds to 1 now. Fuko answering back, making this a little bit more difficult for Arslan.
Down back 2. Gets the hit. 2-round lead to 1. Remember, every round counts. Big damage here. Power crush again. Looking for something from Kuzma.
Power crush. Now you got to guess. You got to guess.
Big damage. Oh, big launcher. No drop means this round could be in the bag. Arslan.
It's enough. It's enough. Final round. Set point for Pakistan here.
Okay, wait a minute. Every round counts, like I said before. If Venezuela can get this round, we'll go to another one. Nice break on the throw.
Important. Got him. The setup.
Wall right there, though. No drop this time. Look at the damage.
Over the top.
Oh, my gosh. Back to the spacing. Uh-oh. This isn't looking good for Venezuela.
Big trouble. Do the whole string. Pakistan 2-0 over Venezuela. Nice set, though, between the two of them. Oh, my goodness.
That was an exciting set.
Exciting.
That was an exciting set right there.
Man, I wish that was like best of 5, right?
Look, I'm going to tell you right now. I know we're in a tournament setting, but once you get players that go against each other at such a high level, once again, you're seeing the clash of regional play right now. You always want one more. I'm going to tell you right now, if you ever see me play video games, I always want one more. Of course. Dude. And the tournament setting makes you want it even more. So, man, it was still an explosive set, though.
And when you look at that set, if you're in Fuko's shoes there, right, Venezuela's shoes, you know, the first game, you just lose. 3 rounds, you got some data there.
Yeah.
Game 2, so close. You have the round lead 2-1. And you're thinking, man, if we just had a little bit longer, if I could have closed out that final round, right? But Arslan, he had all the right answers at the end, right? He's testing with that 2-2 string. He's like, all right, let me finish the whole string this time at the very end. Caught him. He didn't duck it. And there was a little bit of character inexperience there. So at the character select screen, you know, he hovered the Kazumi. He's like, maybe I'm going to bring back the Kazumi now. Just kidding. Kunimitsu's a little bit better.
Yeah.
And, you know, he really made it work for him. And definitely Fuko caught off guard there.
Yeah, I do like the situation where we did see Marduk start going for a lot of mids to kind of like make sure there was no sidestepping. That made Arslan have to play a little bit further back. That's where spacing came in. We saw a little bit of that evasiveness come in and save Kunimitsu a couple times, but I do like the option to start going for mids for Marduk, start going for the power crushes, and it really kind of like leveled the playing field. And I felt like that's where those 2 rounds came from, because Arslan had to readjust the way he was coming in. He's like, okay, well, look, I can't go in, I can't sidestep anymore. We didn't even see that many launchers, but when we saw the block punishes, they were big launchers from Arslan all the time, always carried to the wall. And I believe we're going to take a look at the highlight just in just a second. But it really does change the way that game played out because of the damage that Marduk put on the table.
Yeah, let's take a look back here at what just went down. This was the first game. You know, the walls were very close here. Kunimitsu has very good wall carry. That kunai there caught him just moving. And that's one of the things about Kunimitsu. She can surprise you.
Like I said before, string right there just catches you. And on top of that, like, even if you're an experienced player, you really don't bank on a player finishing a string in a lot of instances.
Right.
So that's where that big counter hit could come from. It even helped out Marduk a couple times. That wall drop right there really did open up the game. And that's when we started to see those mids come out, but no break on the throw.
Yeah, and the throws were a big deal here, right? Kunimitsu has these throws that are a little bit harder to react to. And right here, you see Fuko, he had that low parry there instead of go for the big block and punish. But man, overall, once he got on the board, I started feeling the momentum shift a little bit.
And I felt like it was those trades that really did it.
This
big
was
counter
huge.
hit right there. Peep the damage, though. The blue stuff, no break.
And the extension.
Just jamming on the damage right there. And easily.
The power, because with the wall bounce, too. But then drop the combo, was like, oh my goodness. But holds on, right? Again, goes with the mid to close it out. And Arslan had to fight back, and he did.
Yeah, tail end combo right there. That last hit getting Arslan the game. But once again, those rounds count, obviously. I mean, don't get me wrong, you didn't get the game overall.
Right.
But still, you never know how that's going to play out when the leaderboard, because somebody might get a little closer. You might need those rounds to break a tie.
Yep.
And like we said, the top 2 make it out. But we still got some players that are ready to actually take that spot already. And this only been 2 sets for the day.
I mean, we're bouncing around between a lot of these countries, different groups even. But right now, Arslan for Pakistan looking very good here. Fuko, of course, was one of the other favorites in this group. He's the wild card. We didn't really know what to expect out of him. Not a terrible start here, but you can tell he was building up momentum. And, sometimes you go in against a player like Arslan, you got to be like a little bit nervous, thinking, how does this guy play? And the first time you play against him, and I speak from personal experience here, he catches you off guard. And this is why he's so good in the first of two tournament format.
Yeah, look, definitely some experience. I mean, I've definitely played Arslan in tournament myself, so I know just how squeaky clean he can be with the movement, getting out of these situations that a lot of players are not familiar at getting out of. And I feel like that's what really makes Arslan strong. You guys seen it with your own eyes, whether you're new or old. We always know that Arslan is the guy to beat right now. So once again, that's a good start for Pakistan. Obviously, once again, he is the guy to beat in this pool, but he's still got a large target on his back with some of these players left, because just like he's the strongest player out there, there's a lot of strong players still in his pool too.
Exactly. And of course, a 2-0 start for him, going to be fantastic for the round robin format. Foucault 0-2 here, that's a little bit scary, right? Because a lot of these players we haven't seen, and they haven't seen Foucault necessarily either, so that's kind of going to work in his favor. But I'm still not sold on this Marduk, I got to say. I loved his bob. His bob was very, very good. And I think the character right now in Tekken 7
really
is
strong.
It's finding a
Really
resurgence,
strong.
right? You got players like Ulsan using bob again, and when you see it, it's scary. And all these old school bob players, they're still bringing back that old school form of bob, and I'm seeing a lot of success for them. So I'm really curious how much he's been using the bob lately.
Well, I mean, I would love to see more of the bob, of course, but we will be going to a break pretty soon here before we get to this next set here. Remember, this is the first group play set that we're going through. Lots of Tekken here for IESF 2022, so you guys don't have to worry. You might miss a little bit of this action, but I guarantee you we have days of Tekken 7 action. This is Group 1. We got, 8 groups here?
Yes, sir.
So with that being said, you guys got a lot of opportunities to see some play till we get to that main bracket. But with that being said, before we get to the next group battle, we will be taking a quick break. You guys don't want to go anywhere. IESF 14th World Esports Championship, more after this.
Get Galaxy A33 5G.
Why? Because
Galaxy A33 5G with awesome processor. Buy now. Get Galaxy A53 5G.
Why?
Because
This is smooth. And this?
Galaxy A53 5G with awesome smooth display. Buy now.
Selamat datang di sebuah pengalaman perjalanan baru Indonesia bersama InJourney. Terbang bersama kami untuk melihat pariwisata Indonesia. Sirkuit internasional, bentang alam, ragam atraksi budaya, produk lokal asli Indonesia, warisan budaya, keamanan dan kenyamanan. InJourney membawa keramahan Indonesia ke dunia.
Warga plus 62 emang banyak maunya. Dari drakoran sampai banjir air mata. Nonton action yang mantul. Sampai nonton tendangan cantik. Maksudnya ini. Mau nonton apapun, semua ada di video. Mulai dari yang bikin berbunga-bunga, keringet dingin, ketawa, sampai bikin gak ngedip. Jadi nonton apa sekarang?
All it takes is one dream. One dream that becomes a journey. To drive an ambition. Believing in yourself. Persevering challenges. Always focused on the dream. To grow aspirations. Having the will to keep going. Building a future with a legacy. Knowing dreams can come true. Over 11 years of growth. The spirit of entrepreneurship. Created possibilities. realized new potentials. Innovate for the better. Expand horizons. To change lives. To connect new ideas. To explore new grounds. With the future in sight. Together.
Get Galaxy A33 5G.
Why? Because
Galaxy A33 5G with awesome processor. Buy now. Get Galaxy A73 5G.
Why?
Because this is awesome.
So creative.
This is awesome.
Awesome detail.
Awesome detail.
Awesome detail.
Galaxy A73 5G. Take more awesome details. Buy now.
Selamat datang di sebuah pengalaman perjalanan baru Indonesia bersama InJourney. Terbang bersama kami untuk melihat pariwisata Indonesia. Sirkuit internasional, bentang alam, ragam atraksi budaya, produk lokal asli Indonesia, warisan budaya, keamanan dan kenyamanan. InJourney membawa keramahan Indonesia ke dunia.
Warga plus 62 emang banyak maunya. Dari drakoran sampai banjir air mata. Nonton action yang mantul. Sampai nonton tendangan cantik. Maksudnya ini. Mau nonton apapun, semua ada di video. Mulai dari yang bikin berbunga-bunga, keringet dingin, ketawa, sampai bikin gak ngedip. Jadi nonton apa sekarang?
it takes is one dream. One dream that becomes a journey. To drive an ambition. Believing in yourself. Persevering challenges. Always focused on the dream. To grow aspirations. Having the will to keep going. Building a future with a legacy. Knowing dreams can come true. Over 11 years of growth. The spirit of entrepreneurship. Created possibilities. Realized new potentials. Innovate for the better. Expand horizons. To change lives. To connect new ideas. To explore new grounds. With the future insight. Together.
Warga plus 62 emang banyak maunya. Dari drakoran sampai banjir air mata. Nonton action yang mantul. Sampai nonton tendangan cantik. Maksudnya ini. Mau nonton apapun, semua ada di video. Mulai dari yang bikin berbunga-bunga, keringet dingin, ketawa, sampai bikin gak ngedip. Jadi nonton apa sekarang?
Welcome back, everyone. IESF 14th World Esports Championship. Rip and Tasty Steve with some Tekken 7 action here at the Fire Stage, Bali, Indonesia. And we've had some good matches already, Steve. Just 2 of them down.
Oh, man. They have already, look, I'm going to tell you right now, you can tell by the energy in the room, it's actually getting ridiculous. And we still have more matches. This is the round-robin portion, the group play of Tekken 7. Obviously, the 2 best will be making it out. The best records will be making it out. But we got to get there first. We've already seen some heavy hitters from the Tekken world, as well as some of the heavy hitters from across the regions of the world. And now we still got some more matches.
Exactly. Coming up next, we're going to have Costa Rica going up against Chile. I visited Chile myself in the past. I know they have a very vibrant fighting game community in general out there. So, you know, I don't know the players at all, but I'm going to go with Chile to take it, Steve.
Wow. Well, look, I'm going to go with Costa Rica, bro. Oh, and look, I'm going to tell you
Based
right
on?
now. Based on the name McLovin, bro. I love
All right,
the
I
name
like that.
McLovin. I love it. It's just one and the same, obviously. But I think with that saying, it's a Claudio player.
Yes,
we don't
sir.
get to see many of them. There's quite a strong group of those players. I feel like there's not many of them, but they're kind of sprinkled throughout the regions.
They are.
And I feel like a character like Claudio can really do some damage in the right hand. So I would love to see what happens here.
Exactly, and Claudio, a character I think that has been one of the stronger new additions
One of the
to
newer
Tekken
characters,
7,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Since the very beginning of the game, when that character first was introduced, even the arcade versions of Tekken 7, we saw that character doing very well in tournaments. I remember Zero the Shadow, ZTS doing very well with him early. Weapon X is doing well at the Wizard World events back in the day.
That's true.
So we saw a lot of early success with the character, and the character has still, to this day, been performing very well. We have Shadow 20Z in USA.
The boy.
Making a big name for himself everywhere, right? So this is a very strong character with a great track record across the history of Tekken 7, across all the versions of Tekken 7 that we've seen so far.
You know, and now that you say that, yeah, he's actually been pretty solid throughout, like, the entire history of Tekken 7. Bringing that new kind of, like, dynamic with the Starburst, right?
Right.
Something you really kind of keep track of. It's kind of new to Tekken 7, in all
Exactly.
honesty, to be a new character and have to keep track of this one specific power-up. Changes the moves, gives you more combo opportunities, and in the right hands, that character can be devastating. And I really do like the fact that he has really good pokes. Down back 3, sidestep 4 is another one. Kind of baits you into playing this crazy range, and then boom, he can hop kick you. Big
Exactly.
damage, great wall carry. And once again, you still have to pay attention about that Starburst. Running 2 is another thing you really have to keep track of. So it's like his spacing game is actually really, really strong when it comes to advancing moves, as well as getting damage and punishing your whiffs with something like a hop kick.
Yeah, and he's got such great space control,
He
right?
does, man.
He's got such long-range
Back
mids that are
one,
safe
dude,
on block.
why is back one so good? It's
Don't
so
ask me,
good.
Steve. I don't work for them, okay? I'm just saying. I've been complaining about the character since release. We can finally, move on. Maybe we'll make a new game eventually. Maybe we'll make a Tekken 8 and he won't even be in there. That would be great.
No way.
That
No
would be
way.
fantastic. I would love to see that,
I'm
Steve.
going to tell you right now, there's no way Claudio's not in Tekken 8. I'm telling you right now.
Come on, man.
With a cool new design, I
How about
trust those
Akuma?
guys. Akuma, I actually want, look, hey guys, I hope all of you watching this know this. I want Akuma in Tekken 8. Hold that. I want him in. I want him in. Bring my
Wow.
boy Geese back too.
You're just trying to get social media engagement.
I'm not. I promise you I'm not.
I want
just-
all the 2Ds returning.
Look, bring them all here, bro. Like for me, actually, I don't want them all. Look, we can keep Akuma. Give one, maybe give me a Ken Masters, maybe a Ryu.
What?
Mix it up a little bit. I'm just saying, man.
Man.
I welcome all new challengers, bro. All new
One
challengers.
voiceover and this guy changed his sides completely. Look at this guy. Look at him.
Why would you
Unbelievable,
ever say
Steve.
that? Why would you
Unbelievable.
ever say that?
You're the one saying it, but here we go. We got our match incoming. We got Costa Rica versus Chile.
Wow. Wow. McLovin, do us proud. Costa Rica versus Chile coming up.
Excellent.
The crowd lets you
Yes.
know they're behind it, man. I really do like that these guys are getting involved with this Tekken 7 action.
Of course. It's kind of late out. It's almost 11 p.m. out here in Bali. We still got a big crowd
Still got
watching
a
this
big crowd
Tekken
watching.
7
Still got a
action.
big crowd
And
watching.
look at this. We got the Mishima, Kazuya Mishima coming out of Chile. This is exciting. Oh, yeah. We got the music for you, too,
Yeah,
Steve.
man, I love this stage. It's one of my favorite stages in the game.
Of course.
Whoa, wait a minute. I like
yeah.
starting off with
All
the
right.
electric just to let you know.
And the running, too. Oh, we got a match.
Look at him go. Look at him go. Woo! I like seeing it. That electric. The
Back
twin
dash.
pistons.
He had the duck. He saw the whip, right? Then he had the twin pistons for the wall carry here.
Bop,
Hey.
Nice down jab. You can see right now, McLovin having a hard time getting that game started. We talked about the whip punish. We talked about the hop kick. And here it is in play. There's that Starburst as well.
It's a close round. Rage mode available. Gets caught by the second hit, though.
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. All those things that we said about Claudio is coming to fruition. He has great space control. Those pokes really do start to come into play. Nice punish right there.
Yeah, exactly. And that back 3-3, one of the
Magic
newer
four.
additions to Claudio as the game has progressed. But look at the wall carry combo here from Chile.
Bop,
Hey,
bop.
hey.
Big damage right there. Oh my God.
Hell sweep. Oh, here we go. The mix
Hello,
is beginning.
sweep, more like it. Get
Throw
off of
break.
me. Oh,
Wall crush.
New
We got
tactics.
that new stuff.
Spins the blue. Wall stun 2.
Get
Get
off
off
of
of me. Dancing a little bit. Oh,
Counter hit.
Down back 3. Another one of those tools that we pointed out. Gonna get the wall for sure. Starburst.
No wall this time. The wall slightly off axis this time. The running through pressure from Chile working out here, but gotta be careful. Double rage. No.
Oh, the
my
slow-mo.
God.
He didn't die. Oh my God. Oh my
Okay.
God, he didn't die.
Okay.
Let's go. This is what
Costa
I'm talking
Rica.
about.
First 2 rounds. Game 1. Hell sweep coming out.
Oh,
Big trade. And the electric
too. Oh my
Okay.
God.
I like what I'm seeing. Yo, Kazuya, are we getting the health speed to close it out? No, the mid this time.
I have to look over there.
Where that was a 10-second round.
Where were they playing?
Oh my goodness. Okay. The waivers are coming out. He's warmed up now.
Jose.
Got the starboard. Could have been bigger yet. He went for it right after. Statue kick's good.
Oh, nice spacing right there. Haven't seen a back one just yet. Another trade.
That was off the hop kick.
Okay, running two. New tactics. Down back three. Just to stagger the pressure. Ducks under the 4-3.
Got a big lead here.
Oh, trying to punish. Small punish right there.
The frame trap there. You got to duck the high, otherwise frame trap there. Nicely done. Costa Rica. McLovin holding on to get the first game.
Oh, they're going right back in. Right back in.
Run it back.
Do
Game
it again.
2.
Do it again. I dare you. Nice block. No punish.
Oh, boy.
Stature kick. Counter hit.
No,
the drop.
Okay, opportunity here, though. Just got to take it slow, but he goes with the electric, gets counter hit by the down back 3 sweep again.
I do love that he's going for these lows and he's getting a lot of counter hits on those electrics. It's really, really paying off. Down back 3 counter hit gets a full combo starter, and I love that McLovin is taking advantage of it. That was unintentional.
Man, you know, he's so ambitious with these electrics. He wants to find them, right? But because he's kind of throwing them out of his range, it's giving opportunity for McLovin.
Look at him breakdancing. Look at him breakdancing. Still spinning.
Hey!
Okay. Jose. Behold.
2 more rounds. Costa Rica gonna get the set. Can Chile bring it back and get a game on the board here?
Oh! Oh my God. You're definitely going to the wall. What a conversion right there.
This is my favorite style of Mishima too. Like, unafraid to go for these electric attempts, and he really puts fear in the heart of the opponent. But you'll see those down back 3s there from Claudio. Launch punishable on block, but it's gonna go underneath those electrics.
Oh, nice. A 4-3. You're dead. You're dead. Chile and the crowd gets loud. Hold up.
Okay. 1 round apiece here. Game 2.
Wow.
Yeah, he stuffed that health with there with Hydra. Oh, and they're running 2 out of nowhere.
Jabs just to make sure the hop kick whip punish on the electric, but nothing coming from it. Still, the fear is there.
Wow, that was an accident. It had to be an accident, but it's going to pay off big time for him. Jumped over the low. Counter hit, don't get him. Kick, you got to watch out.
Okay.
He missed the combo. Opportunity, big opportunity. He's got range.
Okay.
Got a block. Oh my gosh, Steve.
Yo, what the
combo?
Yo, Chile, hold on. Hold on, Chile, chill out. Oh, wait a minute.
God.
Wait a minute. We're going to the rooftop.
The conversion on that combo. And then to not use the rage, waited to use the rage drive. That was so good.
Oh, folks starting to come out again. Costa Rica. Music getting intense. I like what I'm hearing, and I like what I'm seeing.
He had it.
Had the hit, didn't believe. Stature kick to answer back.
Scary moment in the hop kick.
All right, wait a minute. Chile starting to bring it back. But now, the regular throw to close out.
And just like that, it is set point for Costa Rica.
Oh, stone hit.
I got throws too.
Oh, hell sweet.
Do it again. Of course he would, but no launch.
Get off of me, bro. I just got this suit. Oh, wait a minute. Chile, you need this. And then you're going to go to... right now, McLovin.
Costa Rica.
McLovin.
Beautiful, beautiful play there.
Jeez, man.
I think I blew my voice already. How many
Bro,
more days we got in this?
I'm going to tell you right now, bro. This jersey just got sweaty over here, bro. We got
Mine
slow
got tighter.
and everything, bro. I don't even know what was happening right now. Yo, Chile, though. What?
That Mishima was so
That
fun
was a
to watch,
Mishima.
right? And, you know, obviously the Hell Sweeps were there. The Electrics were there. The Waivus were there. But, man, McLovin was ready, right?
He was so ready. Like, the
Everything.
fact that he was answering back because we saw how antsy he was with those electrics. He's like, you know what? That lets you know how experienced this player is because they were like, you know what? I'm going to challenge with a low every time. Scored him at least 4 or 5 counter hits.
Exactly.
Led to big damage from a character like Claudio as well as constant use of their starburst. We're going to take a look at the highlight here and hopefully we can grab a couple of those. Of
course.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, there was a lot of usage of everything that we were talking about. The starburst, the running 2, the down back 3s, the hop kicks. They were all there.
Exactly, and this is how it started. And we saw the electric come out. We're like, wait a second, we're in for a treat right now, right? And then exactly, they had the backdash. Launch punch was good there, and it was looking pretty even to start off. But then just got caught there. These strings from Claudio so tricky, so many mix-ups at the wall. But he was kept close the entire way. But again, as you mentioned, the low get-up kicks, the lows in general, the down between counter hitting, getting these full combo conversions.
God, I can't believe he did die. I
can't either, Steve. That's the beauty of Tekken. We never really know what's going to happen.
That's actually facts. That's true. That's true. And on top of that, Harada has blessed the life bars with an extra, 5 points right there?
Yep.
So you never know. They might live. Look at him breakdancing on the floor. That's a show in itself.
And then the combo conversion after to close out that round here in game 2. But it wasn't over, right? It was still going to be close the whole way through here. Chile fighting back. This electric conversion, this combo.
God.
Look at this.
Combo is actually
the wall.
ridiculous.
Like, I'm not going to spend it.
Wait for it.
Boom!
Wait for it. Oh,
so
the electric,
good.
the blue stuff just to close out. And this was starting to look a lot better for Kazuya. But when it was said and done, McLovin letting you know this Claudio is the one to beat right now. And I'm going to tell you right now, that was a surprise from both ends.
Yes.
Because the Claudio as well as the Kazuya really did it. You can see the sweat on the brow. It's from that match. It was that good. I'm not even joking.
You're sweating. The players are sweating. It's hot and intense out here on the fire stage here in Bali, Indonesia, Steve.
I guess that makes sense. This is the fire stage.
Of course.
This is what we do here. We make it hot. Gosh.
Oh, my goodness. But that was a lot of fun. That was wild. And, as we were talking about earlier, a lot of these players, we haven't got to see a lot of them compete at this level. And this is the opportunity for them to make a name for themselves. McLovin.
Thank you.
McLovin. Looked great out there with that Claudio.
Jeez, that was great.
Claudio, this character we talked about being so strong. And, the way he played against Kazuya was so good, right? Going with those lows to go underneath the highs electrics because there were so many electrics, right? And his instant running twos at the end, that's what saved him and got him the game. If he didn't land the instant running two there, it would have been a wild stand two counter it. It was over for him for that round. It would have been the entire game. Who knows what happens game 3.
And you saw kind of like the prime up for it because Claudio literally is like, you know what? You're trying to play back a little bit and whip punish with electrics. I'm going to do running 2. Stagger. You want to electric it in? Down back 3.
Yep.
That's really what kind of like set the pace for it. And those weren't regular hits. Down back 3 doesn't give you much on hit, right? You get the hit, kind of resets everything. Counter hit, that's a combo for Claudio. And on top of that, my man was smart enough to keep going for those starburst enders so he can always keep it. Didn't always pay out like he wanted it to, but it definitely did its work.
Yeah, that's the beauty of Claudio. You missed the starburst and you're like, it didn't work. I'm going to find it again. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a benefit for a Claudio player that you can willingly spend the starburst and you'll find it again later. It's very easy to restock, essentially, right? But that was still a very, very fun match to watch. I'm excited to see McLovin continue on through here. Chile as well. That Kazuya, very
look,
good.
I'm going to tell y'all right now. Look, whether you're new or old watching Tekken, I don't know who doesn't get excited watching a proper Mishima. Like, he legit got the trade and still did the electric. We can't go to break because there's more games. But we have to go to break because there's more games. Guys, we will be right back. There will be more IESF action right after this.
No more breaks, Steve.
No more breaks. That was wild, bro.
That was awesome. Oh, man.
Get Galaxy A33 5G. Galaxy A33 5G with awesome battery. Buy now. Get Galaxy A53 5G.
Why?
Because
This is smooth. And this
Galaxy A53 5G with awesome smooth display. Buy now.
Selamat datang di sebuah pengalaman perjalanan baru Indonesia bersama InJourney. Terbang bersama kami untuk melihat pariwisata Indonesia. Sirkuit internasional, bentang alam, ragam atraksi budaya, produk lokal asli Indonesia, warisan budaya, keamanan dan kenyamanan. InJourney membawa keramahan Indonesia ke dunia.
Warga plus 62 emang banyak maunya. Dari drakoran sampai banjir air mata. Nonton action yang mantul. Sampai nonton tendangan cantik. Maksudnya ini, mau nonton apapun, semua ada di video. Mulai dari yang bikin berbunga-bunga, keringet dingin, ketawa, sampai bikin gak ngedip. Jadi, nonton apa sekarang?
All it takes is one dream. One dream that becomes a journey. To drive an ambition. Believing in yourself. Persevering challenges. Always focused on the dream. To grow aspirations. Having the will to keep going. Building a future with a legacy. Knowing dreams can come true. Over 11 years of growth. The spirit of entrepreneurship. Created possibilities. Realized new potentials. Innovate for the better. Expand horizons. To change lives. To connect new ideas. To explore new grounds. With the future in sight. Together.
Get Galaxy A33 5G. Galaxy A33 5G with awesome battery. Buy now. Get Galaxy A73 5G.
Why?
Because this is awesome. This is awesome.
Awesome detail.
Awesome detail.
Awesome detail.
Galaxy A73 5G. Take more awesome details. Buy now.
Selamat datang di sebuah pengalaman perjalanan baru Indonesia bersama InJourney. Terbang bersama kami untuk melihat pariwisata Indonesia. Sirkuit internasional, bentang alam, ragam atraksi budaya, produk lokal asli Indonesia, warisan budaya, keamanan dan kenyamanan. InJourney membawa keramahan Indonesia ke dunia.
Warga plus 62 emang banyak maunya. Dari drakoran sampai banjir air mata. Nonton action yang mantul. Sampai nonton tendangan cantik. Maksudnya ini. Mau nonton apapun, semua ada di video. Mulai dari yang bikin berbunga-bunga, keringet dingin, ketawa, sampai bikin gak ngedip. Jadi nonton apa sekarang?
Selamat datang di sebuah pengalaman perjalanan baru Indonesia bersama InJourney. Terbang bersama kami untuk melihat pariwisata Indonesia. Sirkuit internasional, bentang alam, ragam atraksi budaya, produk lokal asli Indonesia, warisan budaya, keamanan dan kenyamanan. InJourney membawa keramahan Indonesia ke dunia.
The 14th World Esports Championships returns. This is Bali 2022. I'm Tasty Steve.
I'm Rip.
And we're back with more group play action. Man, the matches have been so good so far. But there's more. Our next match will be Jordan versus Guatemala.
Yes, sir.
Two players I'm not too familiar with,
No,
I
sir.
will say myself. But I've been surprised already, so I would love to be surprised again with some of these matchups.
I mean, here's the thing, right? The player's name from Jordan, his name as a player is Mishima. And we just saw Kazuya Mishima from Chile that did pretty darn good out here. I'm a Mishima fan. I think I got to go with Jordan. Plus, it's from Jordan, right? Like, 23, come on, bro. I'm going with Jordan. Mishima, it's a perfect combination.
Okay. With that being said, once again, unfamiliar, but I like
Yes.
Guatemala to take it in this one. I'm going to go.
His name is Nightmare.
Oh, wow. I like that. That is
It's pretty good, too.
Okay.
Mishima versus Nightmare.
Just saying, that's another Bandai Namco property right there, man.
Could be.
That's another character right there.
He might not be a Tekken player. He could be a Soul Calibur fan that's here for Tekken 7.
Yeah, that'd be crazy, one. Two, I like that you pointed out that it is a machine, but the name is Mishima. But in, like, fighting games, a lot of times these guys are like, they say this and they don't even play the character at all. So it's like, my name is Mishima, but I play Hwarong or like Yoshimitsu or something crazy like that.
My name is Mishima. I'm a Lucky Chloe player.
Yeah,
you
right.
Know, it's
and
perfect.
look, that's not strange at all. It happens all the time. I mean, it is strange, but it's not unfamiliar when it comes to like fighting games and tournaments in a lot of situations. But just talk about Mishimas and Claudios and the whole nine. The cast for Tekken 7 is pretty robust at this point. And I also feel like across the board, a lot of these characters are a lot stronger because of that last patch. And I think that the characters are a lot closer when it comes to, you know, just gauging them and their strengths than a lot of people really give them credit for. And I also think that's why a lot of people kind of get blown up a lot of times by some of these matchups. Look, I've talked about this before with other players, and they agree too. Like, a lot of people don't see the actual lining up of some of these characters. And I feel like they, you know, kind of equate in the wrong instances how strong some of these characters may be comparatively.
I think the big thing about Tekken 7 is that this is the first Tekken game where we've had patches that change the characters across the lifespan of the game. So in this instance, players, they don't really know how, they don't understand that really, right?
Yeah.
So they kind of just go with where the changes are. They're like, this is what changed. This must be the good thing.
Yeah.
And they don't really look at the entire game as a whole, right?
See, that's smart. Yeah, you know what? I'm glad you said that. A lot of people definitely kind of like focus on those changes rather than kind of how it, you know, benefits the entire kit of the character. And even more specifically, because I like to do this, obviously, on the caster side of things, how it goes across the board, right? It doesn't only affect one matchup. It doesn't only change one person. It changes the matchup across the board in a lot of instances. So I love to see these players adapt and how they change and add these new tactics to their gameplay. But here we go. Jordan versus Guatemala coming up. I got Guatemala, and you have Jordan.
Jordan. Mishima versus Nightmare. Oh my gosh. Is Fakamram the Nightmare player? I hope so.
I really do hope so. That will make so much sense.
Oh, man.
Yo, Guatemala looking serious right now. Getting ready for the next battle.
Man, he is dead serious right there.
My man, Jordan. Straight fixed the mustache. Like, that's the only thing I care about. I got to make sure you know the guy's about to beat you has a spiffy mustache.
Fakamram versus Jin Kazama. Fakamram, one of these characters who was untouched for so long. One of the strongest characters in the game, but as Steve was alluding to earlier, latest patch did take him down a notch, kind of evening the playing field. Jin Kazama, one of these characters that has done so well throughout the history of Tekken 7 and still good to this day. However, all the Jin players seem to have a mind block with him.
No, that's definitely true. We talked about that parry not being on the typical Jin player's mind. Okay.
Oh, I like that parry. You talked about it right there.
Oh, electric just to keep the spacing. That's really going to change a couple things.
Out of here.
Parry, down 4-1, still going to get the tail spin, little scaled, gets the wall. Maybe that's what they were thinking about.
Yeah, at this stage, you know, it's a hot dog shape. One side, the walls are much closer than the other way across.
Okay. Didn't go for the low that time. And wow, just clean pokes right here. And that's the thing about Fakamram that's really strong. Wow, what a block. You really get the test to see how well your opponent knows the matchup, how they deal with these strings. Electric spins the blue, and that's a dead character.
That was crazy. You know, it was such a slugfest, back and forth the whole way, and then finally that electric came out when he needed it to most.
Nice sidestep left. Oh my. Sidestep 4, talking about that.
Wall too close, though. Combo caught him off guard. Oh my gosh,
cameraman, what are you doing? Spring up. Standing 4, charge.
Doesn't take the guaranteed damage there.
Sometimes you want to test your opponent. You know that. Oh, the big nasty hooks. No break, the running 3 on top of it. Wait a minute. It just stands there menacingly.
1 round apiece. I don't think so.
Nice punish. While standing 4 pretty far right there.
Jet kick.
Let me get the wall. Was looking for the tailspin there. They're a lot more aware of the wall than I am.
He is so quick with the full crouch mix-up here, and it's really catching Jordan off guard. Guatemala up 2-1.
He's masking his movement behind some of these strings. It goes for the 10 string. It goes for it again. The disrespect. Low parry, pick him up. You're going to the wall.
Got to get away from the wall, especially against Fakamram.
Yep, he's one of those characters that has those charge attacks that gives him unblockables. You
get it out of here. And that was it, right? That full crouch low mix right there. I mean, something that's gotten him a lot of mileage so far in this set.
Okay, Jordan trying to fight back right now. Down 4, up 4-2. And I like this. solidifying the defense.
The hell sweep.
After the Wavell Savage sword to close it out.
Final
Wait a minute.
round incoming for game number 1.
Fakaram, definitely one of those. Cool trade.
He was going to go for the 10 string again.
Oh, sidestep 4 again. Look at the damage, though. That wall is a little ways off. Still going to scale the damage.
Look out!
That's what
You got to parry
about.
him, man.
I
You
was
got
talking
him.
about it. That
Okay.
unblockable, but it drops the combo.
Big lead, but he's got his back to the wall here. That's good for Jin.
Oh,
Wow, off the tech
did
roll.
it a wake up?
That was smart stuff. That was smart stuff. You know, on tech roll there, you have that full crouch mix option, and that full crouch mix has gotten him a lot of mileage.
I like how Fakaram hits you afterwards. Like, yo, that's all? That's all you got, bro?
It's like, you thought they nerfed me?
You thought they
could
nerfed me?
nerf me?
You
Look how
can't
tall I
nerf
am.
me.
Fang Wei coming out here, though.
Oh, wow. See, that's how you know somebody wants to win. Fang Wei, one of those characters, has been really strong in his most recent patch. Knee playing him. A lot of players have actually switched to this character, and that's kind of new in the Tekken 7 world. I know a lot of people talk about like how they instantly go to these top tiers, but this character has been kind of like trickling his way through no matter what. No, it's not like Fang has ever
Here's
been
the thing.
bad.
This character, after the patch and the success from Knee, a lot of people picked him up. And a lot of people lost with him, and now they're going back to their mains. So we will see what ends up happening here. Is he a true Fang player, or is he new
Back
on the
one.
bandwagon? You should have. You should have.
Down 4-1. Ooh,
Again.
side step 4 once again. But the drop.
Yeah, he's had really good call-outs. Nice shoulder punish there. The side step 4s for Guatemala have been fantastic.
Oh, full charge. New tactics.
Oh, that new tactic is so good here. Oh, man, the pressure from Fang is fantastic. Right now. I like what I'm seeing. There's the back one.
Big damage.
Okay, I like it.
Okay.
That was solid.
Now, we talked about that. Well, I was mentioning this earlier. Why don't you go with this sometimes on your first run, right? That's why I want to know. Why don't you pull out your toughest gun right out of the gate? Because you need these wins to be on your side. Now, even if you run it back, you're down a game, and that's still going to kind of mess up your standings. But let's get back to it. Jordan still holding strong with the Fang Wei full charge on the unblockable.
No.
We talked about this, and big damage.
That's fantastic, man. The punishes are good as Fang. You know,
That's
oh my
gonna
gosh!
hit. Oh,
the armor with the rage art,
you
get to a
dead?
ton of damage. Not dead. Oh my gosh! I really thought it wasn't gonna be that, Steve. I really didn't.
I knew it. I knew it.
You had. Oh, here's
wow.
the counter though.
The punch parry on top of that.
Oh, this is good.
Oh, the drop. Nerves probably kicking in. Guatemala has been doing strong with the Fakaram. We don't even see Fakaram in that much tournament play.
Not anymore. But, you know, this is kind of a, you know, you look at the history of these characters in the patch notes. Fakaram was the old meta, Fang's the new meta, and now they're battling.
Okay, finishes the stream. Special get up there from Fang. Getting a lot closer to their wall. You can see him spacing to get away from it. Misses the follow-up, full charge once again. Ooh, sidestep 4. He loves that move.
I mean, he's so good at it.
Oh,
in the back.
cameraman, what are you doing?
Blue stuff? No blue
Breaks the
stuff.
throw, hands off.
Oh my God!
Blue stuff. Oh my God.
I've never
Guatemala.
seen that blue shoulder lose like that. That was amazing.
Counter hit, down back 3. Oh, 4-4-1 plus 2. Hold
Get him
that.
out of here.
Oh, you going to the wall for
Definitely.
sure.
Not
if
with
you
that
drop the
combo.
Back one. Still look at my
Wave his
hands.
arms.
Jazz hands.
Running 3. Jordan looking to get on the board for a game. The range that's
the
gonna hit.
low.
This could get to the wall as long as he doesn't drop the ender. Okay, just a little short, Nice block.
Block. Jordan
Nicely
gets on
done.
the board with the Fang Wei.
Very nicely there. And you know, the thing I loved about that was that as soon as the game started, he went in. His Fang was ready to go. A lot of players, when they switch characters, it takes them around to warm up and get acquainted with their character again. As soon as that round started, Fang was there. He was ready to go. I loved it.
That definitely makes me think, once again, that this might be the business character, right? It didn't do too good at first.
I thought it did great right out the gate.
Not too bad at first, excuse me. Didn't do too bad at first, but this character obviously seems a little more flushed out. I feel like they're a little more comfortable with it and really able and like willing to challenge. Very brave with the Fang.
Definitely. And here we go. Final game situation. Is this the first final game we've had so far today? Feels like it.
I think it's the first one we've had all day.
All right, here we go. Guatemala, Jordan, final game. Fakaram and Fang Wei.
Small punish there. Oh, while standing 3.
Yeah, that was a hard call out. He just straight ducked, saw the high whip above, and got the wild standing 3.
Oh, low parry.
Yeah,
that's the first time he went to the low the entire set, and he was ready for it.
Didn't believe in the forward 3 because he didn't get the dash.
Look at these pokes adding up. Side step forward and get the clean. You can do a 10 string. I can do a 10 string. All the pokes adding up, and Jordan taking his first round in the final game.
Hey, I picked Jordan, right?
Nope.
Sick.
Nice check there. Trying to sidestep the down 4-1.
Ooh, good punish, too.
Another thing about those lows, they add up, but you got to be ready to punish them on block.
You definitely do. And beautiful block from the back turn low. That's launch punch we get. And the wall's in the way for his full combo conversion. Rage mode now for Jordan.
Back one. He's looking forward. Low parry. We saw this in the last game. Wall's right there.
He got it this time. Okay, now the blue stuff's coming.
I knew it. Side step 4. Spins the blue. No rage steal for Fakaram. Hands off and the side switch.
Counter it! It's not enough! The follow-up does it, and Jordan on set point. Guatemala, do you got it in you to make this comeback?
God, I love this song. You know why?
I know why. It's about to hit too.
Because of the riff.
This part.
Oh, let's go. Oh, the hit. I thought he was going to actually do a combo.
Side step 4
Finally
though.
Gets the clean hit.
Okay, Jordan here has a good wall carry distance, finds it.
Side step 4 has been
Power
a
clutch
menace.
fully charged.
Just holds it.
Just do it.
Standing 3, this could be big damage, but this is going to put Jordan in rage. And Fang Wei in rage is a scary individual.
Shoulder.
Oh, hop kick with the backstand. Kimpo, you are dead, sir.
He threw it away
You
there.
are dead, sir.
Jordan gets it done.
And even the production is popping off right now.
The
Don't think we
combo
didn't
was so
see
good.
that.
We
Even
saw
the
that.
production
He jumped up. He's
is
out of
popping
there.
off right now. That's
I
cool.
can't believe
it's
he did
okay.
it.
It's
They
all
did
right.
it.
It's all right. That's why we're here. It's cool production. You're supposed to get hyped.
Yo, that was awesome, though. The character switch to the Fang Wei, making it happen, bringing it back with Fang the whole way there. 3 rounds straight for the final game. And, you know, that combo at the end, you know, Fakaram, he got a little antsy, right? He was like, please work. I'm going to do this string. And Fang was like, backdash, 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 backdash. He was fine, right? So he cleared out of there. He was in there.
Let's check out the highlights from that last set. The first set we've had today that went to the final game. Lots of good highlights, especially because we saw a character switch after that first game. Fakaram, a character we really don't get to see. I love how abusive they were, using the lows, seeing how you're going to deal with the strings, as well as just finishing certain things as well.
Those sidestep 4s he was hitting with Fakaram were on point, right? It's his one low crush move that's very good. He's got the orbital jumping punch, but really that sidestep 4 has been the story for his Fakaram in general, I think.
And I'm going to tell you one thing that kept the gen alive here was the low parries. I mean, small damage, right? Down 4-1 and then going for a smaller combo. Could get more, but you got to take what you can get. Still went to the final round count with the gen.
I was thinking that right now. You know, this was such a hard choice. It was close. Final round situation, but he's like, no. I'm going to switch it to Fang Wei. And that first round, look at this. Right out the gate, Fang comes out swinging. Huge lead. And then this clutch Rage Art, look at it. Absorbs the damage, so he has less life, which means the Rage Art does more damage. Boom, gets it.
Yeah, that big counter hit on top of that breaks the throw with the 1+2.
Oh my gosh.
And the clash with the double blue stuff.
That
just
was
to
crazy.
see how it was going to play out, that was crazy. And right here, this wall scenario, right here, that block was so pivotal, and I feel like it really did put Fang Wei back in the game.
Yeah, and then you can see he just really froze up here. Guatemala did. And every single poke mix up from Fang was working out, and that's the strength of this character. So good with the pokes.
Yeah, first set we've seen all day to go to that final set. Lots of back and forth. Oh my gosh, the back tempo right there to actually get out of the range. And I love the way that Fang Wei just kept his wits about him. Even though it was on the ropes a lot of times, they were trading a lot of pokes and lots of big damage coming from Fakaram, but still able to, like, you know what, let me calm down, find my own hits, and was really able to check to see where Fakaram was really overpressing. Lots of pokes, he's like, no, I'm a wild standing for you. No, I'm a sidestep for you, things like that.
Yeah, and you know, I think that overall, though, the match has been phenomenal, right? And I really, as I said it before, but the way they switch characters just immediately out of the gates, Fang Wei's in there, and you can see the confidence building, right? By the time they got to game 3, Fang Wei's like, I know everything I need to do. Everything's going to work out here. It was perfect.
It's a lot of players, like you said before, no matter how good they are, when they switch to another character mid-set, especially versus some of these better players in the world, it takes them a round or two to get adjusted. Like you said, my man started the game down 4-1, let's go. And he was ready with the Fang Wei to absolutely do damage, and that's what got him back in the set. Guatemala taking it over Jordan, but still, what a set to have. I mean, the first set we've had all day to go to the final count. It was super exciting. We had slow-mos, we had double blue stuffs, and we still have more matches. The double blue stuff, man. Everybody knows I love me some blue stuff, and you should. And you should too. But I believe we're going to take a quick break before we get to this next set. We got 2 more sets left in this group play, and we still got some heavy hitters when it comes to the play. Somebody that Rip is looking forward to still on the line. We do have double coming up as well, and that's another player I've been excited to look for, and I hope you guys are excited to see it too. But it's going to come right after this break, man. More IESF 2022. We're watching it in Bali right after this.
Boom.
Get Galaxy A33 5G.
Why? Because
Galaxy A33 5G with awesome processor. Buy now. Get Galaxy A53 5G.
Why?
Because
This is smooth. And this?
Galaxy A53 5G with awesome smooth display. Buy now.
Selamat datang di sebuah pengalaman perjalanan baru Indonesia bersama InJourney. Terbang bersama kami untuk melihat pariwisata Indonesia. Sirkuit internasional, bentang alam, ragam atraksi budaya, produk lokal asli Indonesia, warisan budaya, keamanan dan kenyamanan. InJourney membawa keramahan Indonesia ke dunia.
Warga plus 62 emang banyak maunya. Dari drakoran sampai banjir air mata. Nonton action yang mantul. Sampai nonton tendangan cantik. Maksudnya ini. Mau nonton apapun, semua ada di video. Mulai dari yang bikin berbunga-bunga, keringet dingin, ketawa, sampai bikin gak ngedip. Jadi nonton apa sekarang?
All it takes is one dream. One dream that becomes a journey. To drive an ambition. Believing in yourself. Persevering challenges. Always focused on the dream. To grow aspirations. Having the will to keep going. Building a future with a legacy. Knowing dreams can come true. Over 11 years of growth. The spirit of entrepreneurship. Created possibilities. Realized new potentials. Innovate for the better. Expand horizons. To change lives. To connect new ideas. To explore new grounds. with the future in sight. Together,
Get Galaxy A33 5G.
Why? Because
Galaxy A33 5G with awesome processor. Buy now. Get Galaxy A53 5G.
Why?
Because
Galaxy A53 5G with awesome smooth display. Buy now.
Selamat datang di sebuah pengalaman perjalanan baru Indonesia bersama InJourney. Terbang bersama kami untuk melihat pariwisata Indonesia. Sirkuit internasional, bentang alam, ragam atraksi budaya, produk lokal asli Indonesia, warisan budaya, keamanan dan kenyamanan. InJourney membawa keramahan Indonesia ke dunia.
Warga plus 62 emang banyak maunya. Dari drakoran sampai banjir air mata. Nonton action yang mantul. Sampai nonton tendangan cantik. Maksudnya ini. Mau nonton apapun, semua ada di video. Mulai dari yang bikin berbunga-bunga, keringet dingin, ketawa, sampai bikin gak ngedip. Jadi nonton apa sekarang?
Selamat datang di sebuah pengalaman perjalanan baru Indonesia bersama InJourney. Terbang bersama kami untuk melihat pariwisata Indonesia. Sirkuit internasional, bentang alam, ragam atraksi budaya, produk lokal asli Indonesia, warisan budaya, keamanan dan kenyamanan. InJourney membawa keramahan Indonesia ke dunia.
Welcome back, guys. IESF 14th World Esports Championship. You guys are watching Tekken 7 live from Bali, Indonesia, here at the fire stage with Rip and Tasty Steve. And we have had some bangers of matches so far. And coming up next, we got Colombia versus Laos. Who do you got, Steve?
I got Colombia, man, all the way. I've seen Colombia in action before,
Mm-hmm.
and it wouldn't matter if I'm familiar with the player or not. I know Colombia is serious business. I got a bead on my wrist to represent it. Bam, this bad boy right
That
there.
one?
Colombia, right there, bro. I've been there. Got to show some love to the area. On top of that, these guys are some dedicated Tekken players. Just the entire region, in all honesty, really have a lot of strong Tekken players. So I would love to see what this Oscar has for us.
Exactly. And again, we've talked about this multiple times, but all these players here have this huge opportunity to make a name for themselves. There's a huge prize pool here as well, $25,000 for the top 3 to split around. So it's going to be very intense as we wind our way down. But we are in a round-robin format to start things off here. This is the play-in to get to the playoffs, essentially, right? 2 people make it out of each of these groups. And Colombia, as you mentioned, we know they have a very big FGC scene. I'm very curious to see what we get out of Laos, though, right? Because we don't really know as much about them.
No, look, once again, IESF is a different beast. It's our first time here. And we are getting to see a lot of these players for the first time. I have to keep reiterating it because I don't want nobody to feel offended just because I might not know their name. But I want you guys to make me know your name by the end of these events. And I love becoming fans of new players. It's one of the reasons I travel so much. I love to see what the fighting game instances around the world, what these regions have in store for us when it comes to high-level fighting games.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, and I think back in the Tekken 5 days, there was this California player, I think his name was Laotian Emotion?
Oh, Laotian Emotion.
Right?
Yeah,
and he's from Laos.
yeah.
And so maybe they did have a big Tekken scene from back then. So I'll go with Laos here. I'll pick Laos as the winners here, Steve. All right, that's going to be Chabala. That's the player's name.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right? And your player, from Colombia, I assume you're going to Colombia, as you said earlier, Sebastian, 92-26, going to be an Oscar player, right?
Yeah. It sounds, I'm going to be real, it sounds a little bit familiar. So with that being said, I would love to see just how well. But Oscar, one of those characters we don't typically get to see that much, right? But that character is really strong.
Yes.
Very underrepresented when it comes to like Tekken 7, but there is a few of them out there that are super strong. I would love for this case to be one of those examples.
I remember a few years ago we had Fergus, we had Dimeback.
Shout outs to Fergus. Shout outs to Dimeback. I call him Silverback. He evolved. He evolved into Silverback. That's who that is.
But regardless, that character has been getting stronger since those days when those players did so well with her. So I'm very curious to see what we get out of an Oscar main here. I feel like Oscar players usually have been, character specialists. They stick to their guns. They stick to those characters. Lately, though, I feel like they've been expanding their horizon. They're like, how about this Julia? How about this other character? They're exploring the cast now a lot more than they used to in the past.
Well, I mean, look, it's only right because, like I said, the ceiling for Tekken is pretty high, but still, there's characters that have definitely not been fully developed to the point where we're going to see them in these high-level situations. This could be a different one. We don't know what's been hidden under that, that blouse, that scary instance.
The blouse?
Yeah, bro, you don't know. They lift it up. You never know, bro.
The blouse from Laos?
The blouse from There you go. There you go. You caught the rhyme. But, yeah, all I was saying was you never know what's waiting under that.
Alrighty, here we go. Colombia versus Laos. Sebastian, 92-26, going against Chabala. Yes, all right. That's a great character. We just saw it a second ago earlier, right? From Venezuela, from Fuco. This guy throws cars.
That's how strong he is, bro. All right, here we go. Oh, wow,
Damn.
Get out.
Back body drop to start things off. Get out of here, dude. Oh, my God. That's such a statement to make. Start around opening, boom, get out of here, over my back.
Oh, a 4-3. Hold up.
Yeah, that up 4-3 from Oscar, such a great tool. And low crushes meaning it jumps over lows. Counter hit tool, safe on block. All good things.
You get a combo from it. Nice hold.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, this can hurt.
Oh, boy, the
dead,
damage. But now the mix, Oh, didn't punish correctly. Oh, my God. The 1-3 gets him. That 1-3 now a natural combo. It's her actual 10-frame punisher. She didn't have one before. It's always just a one jab into a mix-up.
What the?
We're going that way.
Ready with the combo, side switch on top of it, and this is exactly what I was talking about.
I love the can attempt there, right? Because unless you're hard ducking, you don't really get to punish it. But if she lands it, you're like, oh, boy, I'm going to eat a ton of damage.
Oh, no break on the tackle. That's bad. You're dead.
Oh, wait a second.
Heroic the package while standing one.
One round each here. I like what I'm seeing out of the Marduk because we're seeing the tackles come out early. That's one of his strongest tools. They're very difficult to break. And now the counter on the third hit, willing to throw out these strings and test his opponent.
Nice block.
Oh, no.
Launch.
Arc Blast was blocked. That's a counter hit push. That's a full launch guarantee just off of that little push there. And now you got to guess.
Oh.
Guessed correctly, got up there. But in that situation, could have been launched, right? It's pure 50-50. Actually, more than 50-50, but still.
Oh,
scoop.
And the mount did not break it. Still alive.
Not this time.
Oh, wow. And 5 points. Life not helping out this time. 2 rounds for Laos.
Hey.
Good pokes. Oh, didn't go for the launcher this time. Did have the counter hit.
Yeah, didn't believe it with the counter hit.
Oh, and the tackle succession is absolutely working out for Laos.
That's the punish for the perfect 7 golden ones for Laos right now with the Marduk.
Big damage on the table, man. You really have to be careful. And going to stage select, saw a little hover on the character. But the thing is, Asuka was doing very well. That up 4-3 found the counter hit. Lots of great punishes, but I feel like Marduk's damage really does kind of even the playing field with all those pokes.
Whoa. We get a Julia Chain coming out. Not even Asuka. Did I call that?
You literally said that. That's what I was
said these
about to
Asuka
say.
players, they've been exploring the roster. I didn't even know that was going to happen. But okay, we got Julia Chain coming out. We're going to get the Marduk here, right? You win, you got to stick with the character.
Yeah.
But Julia, a very strong character now. You know, a very strong character always,
Overall,
really.
she's always been really strong. They made a few changes to her just recently. I felt like that kind of evened her out because she was really strong. So, but now this character is a little more bearable to deal with. However, not bad at all. Still has crazy wall carry. Still has great damage, great punishes as well. The mix-up game is still there, especially if you can get her game started. It's not the cleanest mix-up game. But if you can get your opponent to freeze up, this character becomes a lot stronger.
Definitely, she's got that full crouch mix-up game with that bow and arrow if you want to go for it. But she doesn't really need to do it. She can just go with the shotguns. Her whip punishment's great. Her party crash, her approach is hard to stop. You see the shotgun approach there in the mix. So we'll see what we get out of it. But there you go, full crouch mix. Wow, the backdash is there, right? If you're ready, you can get a full launcher off the whip punish. And there's a good break on the tackle. That's important to see against Marduk.
No duck right there, man. And that's one of the things I see happen a lot of times versus Julia. A lot of people don't know the familiarity of her combos, so they duck in the wrong places. Oh my gosh, look at the damage.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
She's got rage now, though. Doesn't break this tackle.
For your life, and you're dead.
KO. First round for Laos.
Round 2.
Unintentional, that one.
Party crasher. Nice block on the low while standing 3. Big damage here. Going for the carry. Wants to get that wall pressure. I think there was a tackle miss.
Wow.
Ooh.
Just do it. He's going to duck here, right?
Oh, the wall, though.
Wow, the wardrobe was too close to confirm, but nice bow and arrow, and here we go. We're tied up. Colombia on the board here in game 2.
Fight.
Oh, I love that approach there with the back body again. Ducks the high, ready for it after party crash before that extension.
Okay. Well, wait a minute. Laos may know. Laos not lousy at all. Hold on. Uh-oh. Oh, the 1+2. You have to break those. Goes for the tackle again. Do it again. And no break this time. Still alive?
Perfect.
No. Perfect
Another
again.
one.
It is set point for Laos here to take it 2-0 over Colombia. The Julia Chang kind of doing about as well as the Asuka did. Needs to get a little bit more, though. Ducks the high, yes sir, ready.
They know.
And now you got a breakable wall here for this balcony. Doesn't have to go for it, scoops him up though. Another one, do it again, do it again!
Oh my gosh, 2-0 smokage right there for Laos. Wow, was not prepared for that at all. Asuka not gonna get the job done. Tries to switch to the Julia to kind of like balance the playing field, and it didn't change anything. Colombia was looking really strong there at first. We saw the big counter hit damage come out from Asuka. Obviously not enough to get the job done. And Marduk is just a character I feel like we've been progressively seeing more and more of this character as the season of Tekken 7, as the world starts to play more of Tekken 7. Big damage, has big return when it comes to rage because of that tackle, and just big damage output. We saw it earlier today with some of these sets. Let's take a look at the highlights just to see where this kind of went wrong for Colombia.
Exactly. I mean, you know, with that Asuka, I think that it actually did very well at first. I feel like a second game adaptation that might have helped out a bit. But looking back at these highlights here, this tackle, that's very important. He did it immediately in the first round, found it connected. That was a bad punish.
Yeah.
Right? The correct punish that would have won the round for him.
You know what's crazy? I think they actually did go for the right punish, but since it's an up-back motion, you have to crouch cancel to get it. So it makes it a little difficult. We saw a lot of that while standing one coming from Marduk as well. And that really did kind of keep the ground game like in control. Look at how many times we've seen just the cut from tackle to tackle.
It's just tackling all over the place. The Laos pounds. You know, that's what we can call it. It's good.
The Laos pounds.
It's what it is right at this point, man. He landed so many times.
Damage. Tackle again. And like we saw what, one break overall, and it was on the 1+2. That's the most damaging option that he can go for. However, this Julia actually started to make some damage, some proper calls, but still not enough.
Exactly. And this tackle, if you're not breaking them, this is huge, right? Because then you're guessing for your life. If you're not guessing correct, that's extra damage for Marduk. And I think we only saw one tackle that was broken before the extension.
Do it again. I'm glad you called it because I was about to call it. But yeah, just not enough. Having a character on backup is always good. But Marduk is one of those characters. He doesn't even care if you got back. He takes away the same amount of damage across the board no matter what.
Yeah, that Python explosion that you see from Marduk, that low, it's a move that is repeated quite often by Marduk because you don't want to duck against because otherwise you're going to get launched by that wild standing 3. It's a very, very strong low move. Very good. Launch punishable on block if you can make the right read for it. But hard to react to. Not going to happen.
It's scary because once you see him go into Veiltudo's stance, you're like, all right, he could tackle me. So you stand there a little bit to react to the tackle and get the break. Doesn't always work that way. So that is actually kind of a mix-up, especially if they got you on the ropes. You can be a little bit more afraid to kind of attach it or kind of attack it or even do any punishes. Up 4-3 with Oscar is actually a really good call-out for tackle in a lot of instances.
It is.
And it's a lot harder for, I feel like, Julia to deal with it without making some kind of random call-out in some instances. So.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like with Julia, maybe you're looking at like a single hop kick or something. Like, can I stop this tackle approach? But really, I think you're right. I think the up forward 3 with the Oscar would have been a safer, easier option to potentially stop that tackle. That's what he needed. That's not what he found. Unfortunately for him, it is going to be Laos that gets the victory here.
Well, I mean, Marduk, we've seen a couple of them today. And with that being said, I think we're going to take a quick break before we get to this last set. Hey, look, I don't make the rules, but we got one more break.
Coming up,
we have another group play match before we get out of here. It's going to be Japan coming up. Rip's really excited. I'm really excited. You guys should be. Come back right after this break for more Tekken 7 action.
Double. I'd say twice.
Selamat datang di sebuah pengalaman perjalanan baru Indonesia bersama InJourney. Terbang bersama kami untuk melihat pariwisata Indonesia. Sirkuit internasional, bentang alam, ragam atraksi budaya, produk lokal asli Indonesia, warisan budaya, keamanan dan kenyamanan. InJourney membawa keramahan Indonesia ke dunia.
Warga plus 62 emang banyak maunya. Dari drakoran sampai banjir air mata. Nonton action yang mantul. Sampai nonton tendangan cantik. Maksudnya ini. Mau nonton apapun, semua ada di video. Mulai dari yang bikin berbunga-bunga, keringet dingin, ketawa, sampai bikin gak ngedip. Jadi nonton apa sekarang?
All it takes is one dream. One dream that becomes a journey. To drive an ambition. Believing in yourself. Persevering challenges. Always focused on the dream. To grow aspirations. Having the will to keep going. Building a future with a legacy. Knowing dreams can come true. Over 11 years of growth. The spirit of entrepreneurship. Created possibilities. Realized new potentials. Innovate for the better. Expand horizons. To change lives. To connect new ideas. To explore new grounds. With the future in sight. Together.
Get Galaxy A33 5G.
Why? Because it's
Galaxy A33 5G with awesome processor. Buy now. Get Galaxy A53 5G.
Why?
Because
Galaxy A53 5G with awesome smooth display. Buy now.
Selamat datang di sebuah pengalaman perjalanan baru Indonesia bersama InJourney. Terbang bersama kami untuk melihat pariwisata Indonesia. Sirkuit internasional, bentang alam, ragam atraksi budaya, produk lokal asli Indonesia, warisan budaya, keamanan dan kenyamanan. InJourney membawa keramahan Indonesia ke dunia.
Warga plus 62 emang banyak maunya. Dari drakoran sampai banjir air mata. Nonton action yang mantul. Sampai nonton tendangan cantik. Maksudnya ini. Mau nonton apapun, semua ada di video. Mulai dari yang bikin berbunga-bunga, keringet dingin, ketawa, sampai bikin gak ngedip. Jadi nonton apa sekarang?
World Esports Championships, 14th edition. I like saying 14th edition more. IESF Bali 2022. RIP Tasty Steve. We're down to the sick. We're down to the last group play match of today. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying this Tekken 7. It's been ridiculous. These matches have been crazy. It's sad that we're down to our last one, but I promise there is more Tekken 7. There's a lot more for other games for you guys to see as well, but this is going to be an entire event. I've been enjoying myself, and hopefully you guys have too. This next match is one Rip has been waiting on for quite some time. Of course he has, because it's his character that's going to be on the line. Potentially.
It might be my character, right? Double known, probably one of the best, if not the best player of this character in the world. So that's a huge statement, right? Of course, though, we've also seen him dabble in other characters. It could be a Fakabrom. We saw Fakabrom earlier today. We don't really know what other characters he's been practicing. But, you know, he's going to be going up here, Steve, against Montenegro. Who knows what we're going to get? I mean, if we have to make a choice here, right? If the casters have to choose who we think is going to win this, I'm going with Double all the way if he's using martial law. Otherwise, I don't know what's going to happen.
You're sounding like a fair weather fan, as we like to say.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, see,
I'm on the line. I'm a fan of martial law.
No,
that's 100% on martial law.
That just means
no,
if you
fair
get
weather means
what
I go
you
back
want,
and forth.
That is back and forth,
No,
because
no,
if there's
no,
no martial law,
If there's
then you're
martial
not
law,
a fan.
I'm a fan of martial law. I'm committed to martial law.
Once again, like I said, this guy Rip riding the fence right now
Off martial law.
because he doesn't want to make up his mind. Look, I'll take Montenegro if it makes you feel better, even if there is no law, okay? Even if there is no law, I'll still take that.
Wow.
But there's been potential upsets. We already saw kind of an upset. There is other group play going on.
Yes.
Dojin, my little bro, he actually lost to Y.
Yes.
That is a big one.
It's big.
In all honesty. Talk to us a little bit about this, because you told me, you reminded me of where the last time we saw Y as a player.
Why is Y familiar to me? And I was thinking about, it was that main man match. Remember Tekken Online Challenge? We had that final boss. And Y versus the main man was the crazy highlight match. I was like, oh, that's right. So Y got it done against Dojin, it looked like. At least from the pop-off.
From the
pop-off celebration.
Yeah.
We're going to assume that that's what happened. But, you know, it was a very interesting hero, because obviously round-robin group stage, you got to win as many matches as you can. The top two will make it out of each group. So here we have Dojin. We know he's probably has a loss here, so he's got to do better just to be the second spot making out here, because when it comes down to the head-to-head, if they're tied, Y's going to have the lead there.
Yeah, I mean, look, that round-robin format really does kind of throw people off a little bit, especially if they're used to playing in typical fighting game tournament events. It's just first to two, you get double elimination, but not this time around. It's all about how many wins you can get to stay in front of the pack, and we can see it right now on your screen. Our next match, Montenegro going up against Japan. Double considered, like you said, the best law player in the world. Definitely been on the world stage multiple times. We've seen this man at TWT Finals. Definitely one of the players to beat, I feel like, in the entire tournament. And I don't know what that noise was, but everybody got that was an in-sync sound right there.
That's a double noise, I think. Or maybe it's a Montenegro noise. I'm not really sure.
I feel like that was something to do with Montenegro, but here we go.
It could have been, but here we go indeed. Is it going to be the Fang Wave versus the martial law?
But that's the thought process,
It
right?
is.
Do you feel, oh, it is the law, so you got your wish.
I did. I'm going to sleep well tonight.
All right. Let's see what this double law can do. Representing Japan, of course, Montenegro with one of the sickest flags we've seen. During that opening ceremony yesterday, we definitely saw some of the craziest flags. It was so cool, though.
It was so educational for Steve.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
It really was. It really
Steve was like, that one has a dragon on it.
Joe, it did have a dragon
I know.
on it.
I saw it.
Yo, game show suit law. Let's go.
Game on. Montenegro versus Japan. And, man, this thing about Double is that he plays so fast. He is one of the fastest players in Tekken, period. And look at that. You're so fast, you're going to get right into this hop kick.
And the Fang Wave. We already talked about how strong this character is.
That was a huge call-out. If you think about just how he placed that hop kick there, he really knew the approach was coming.
A lot of times you'll see this, they do back tempo. He just did raw hop kick. Wow. Got the trade ready with the combo double.
Hey, and the crowd pops off, or we got some double fans in the building. Japan with the first round, double dragon.
Billy and Jimmy.
Pressure's on here. Uh-oh.
What a call out right there, actually. The down back three gets the flow. Gets the wall.
Wow, missed the DSS. It went for, something to kind of save him there. But here we go. Huge lead. Monte got the Fang, but not going to get to use the poke. And, man, that was a good stop right there, right? The back 2-2 has got good range from Law there and really stopped Fang's mix-up approach for the poke.
Wolf gets the trade, tries to move right there. I like the jab to try to get something started, and instantly Montenegro just checked. Like, nah, I'm not dealing with this. Good low, folks. Double in trouble.
Not enough trouble yet, though. A lot of combo
Caddy
conversion.
corner combos. The blue stuff. Oh, but the combo on the wall.
Wait. He's got him. While standing forward, confirms the counter hit into the DSS. And just like that, Japan gets first command. We're going immediate rematch. Run it back.
Scream at your fist. We can do this, fist. Let's go.
Round 1.
And things started looking a lot better at the end of that game for Montenegro.
Backing up a little bit. You can see Double respecting the gameplay just a little bit more this time around. Playing back a little bit. Ooh, nice.
Beautiful.
Sidestep, still gets the launch.
Sidestep 4.
Okay. Big damage here. From wall to wall. Sidestep 1+2
Good
actually
block.
hits.
That's a wall splat. Yes, sir.
Big damage right there. Real quick.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
love that move. I love that
The
move.
Corsica forward one string from Law. Yeah, it's very rare to see. And there's a huge block. Caught him on the approach, too, right? He saw him back. He's like, there might be a low mix here. Ready for the block on it. Great combo conversion.
Great damage. Montenegro not doing too bad, but it's really hard, like you said. Double play so fast. Look at the sidestep right there.
Yeah.
The punish.
And Japan definitely going to be one of the favorites in this entire event.
Wow, look at the sidestep, the awareness, the blue stuff.
Oh, boy.
Oh, taking a page out of your book.
Smart stuff. Smart stuff. And just like that, it is set point for Japan. Look at the block, dude.
Low.
That down two for Fang is such a fast low poke, so effective, but doubles, I see those.
With the delay on the string as well.
Everything, man. That 3+4 attempt there had him guessing, and look at the parry, dude. This is fantastic play from double.
Into the legend kick.
Sidesteps and then gets the neutral into the readjust, realign for the 3+4. Because if you just do sidestep 3+4, you get double dragon. That rage art is not going to work out, and that is the set for Japan.
Rip, close your mouth, you're drooling. You're drooling a little bit.
Oh, gosh.
Rip, you're drooling a little bit, bro.
Clean this up a little bit. Man, that was cool.
With that being said, man, wow, that was really quick. You talked about how fast of a player Double is, and that was really on display right there.
Yes.
Quick sidestep, the 4-3+4, excuse me, to actually get the punish a lot of times, the double dragon. Just phenomenal play.
Some of the stuff Double does is so crazy. We saw that at the end, right? If you do just sidestep 3+4 law, you get double dragon, right?
Yep.
If you do sidestep into forward 3+4, you get the forward jumping over attack.
Yeah.
So he has to do sidestep, forward neutral, and then whip punish. He does all of that in the blink of an eye, essentially, right? So just ridiculously fast play from Double.
Let's take a
go
look at the replays. Yeah, let's actually
Let's
look
look
at this.
at more
Walk
of
us
that.
through this, because you're the law specialist here.
You want me to tell you about it? All right,
Yeah,
here we
real
go.
talk.
This is Law. Getting the wall carrier, and Law very strong with walls, right? Easy wall conversions for him, though. Very good with the DSS there for Double. And that was something we actually saw lacking a little bit. Right? He dropped a lot of DSSs, but that one found the trade, and that was fantastic. Slide here works out for him. The down 4-3 low poke from Law, also very effective. Your opponents are freezing up, and that I love that back too. There, it stops the approach. There's good stuff there. And now, this was a comeback. Caddy corner combo, wall-to-wall situation. The raise drive, the perfect low, if you will. And look at this, the wall press, DSS off the while standing forward, counter confirmation. It was beautiful stuff all around.
I'm going to tell you right now, Montenegro wasn't doing too bad, but I feel like it just comes like expertise in this situation. Double's been fighting this character for a very long time, right?
Oh, yeah.
Regardless of how good Fang is now, still has the same kind of way of getting him around and dealing with some of this offensive pressure. So it was really smart of Double to try to play that out. And even still using that cloud stance on defense really didn't work out. And look at just how he's literally 360 moving around him in a lot of these instances. Taking a page out of your book right there.
Giant flips are cool. But yeah, again, you saw a lot of sidestep left there out of Double, right? This parry was fantastic. He really brought out everything from martial law.
Legend kick after the parry a lot of
Look
times.
at that. That was so fast. That's what I described to you guys, right? The sidestep, realign, 3+4 from neutral, and that rage art, no-go. Desperation attempt, not going to find it. Double gets the set for Japan. And, we should have mentioned, too, Japan has a lot of great Fang players, a lot of experience for Double in the matchup.
That's what I'm saying. He's been
years.
fighting this character for years. So the inexperience is really, I feel like, going to be on the side of Montenegro in this instance. They might have some law experience, but it won't mean much when you're fighting somebody like Double who, like Rip said, could potentially be, or if not arguably, the best law player in the world at this point.
The entire world, Steve. But I do believe that that's going to wrap up our first day of matches, right? So we should probably give a huge shout out to all the sponsors that we have here.
Yeah, if you guys have enjoyed the matches, let me walk us through the sponsors that we have. Let's start out with our main sponsor, JHL Group. Of course, we're also sponsored by JHL Auto, Nusapay, DAS, Gudapay Crypto, Taiwan Excellence, Pertamina, as well as Hydro Cocoa. Of course, we have official telco partner Telecom Cell, as well as our official smartphone partner, Samsung Galaxy A series. I know you guys saw that advertisement there. Internet service provider is going to be none other than IndyHome. Our travel management partner is going to be HIN. And then our hotel partner is Episode Hotel, and as well as the Murasaka Hotel, which you guys are watching us attend right here, right now. But we got more.
We got more. Esports broadcast partner, Meneski Global. We got Indonesia Football E-League, ESID, plus our production partners, Lemon ID, media partners, Trans2Ju, Dedicom, Esport.id, Video.com, Dunia Games, Dens TV, Dens Play, Maraputi, Velascor, and Kami Bijak. And then, of course, the government support coming through as well. We got Kemen Parekraf, Kemen Pora, Nak, Koni, and wonderful Indonesia.
Well, with that being said, man, I'm glad you guys tuned in. Like we said before, not only will there be more Tekken 7 action 9 a.m. sharp tomorrow, but they will be lots of other games that be played as well. Please make sure you guys tune in. Me and Rip are your Tekken 7 ambassadors this time around. If you want more action, please make sure you tune in. It's been a pleasure. I'm sure there's going to be more, and make sure you guys tune in. Until tomorrow, we'll see you guys then.
It's my game. It's my world. It's my community. We believe in unity. It's my game. It's my world. my game.